Starting the recording and starting stream. This is hopefully
the story of a girl.
No, well,
Raid Shadow League of Legends.
Man, we're off to a great start. Anyways, this is I think our final character creation session because we don't have any other people to make powers for.
This is. No, wait, no, that was a different song.
Are you streaming this? Is this going somewhere?
I've been streaming this.
Yeah, we've been
for the past like 3 weeks.
Everyone can see my kitchen.
That's
fine. Everybody, look again. Honestly, seeing Yasha's void space is worse in my opinion than seeing somebody's kitchen.
Yeah, at least I look like I live here. I look like I really live here.
Yash exists in that empty space where time travels.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna be making Nicole's power today, and we just picked out a trigger, which is gonna be. It sounds like it's gonna be another Trump power because it's related to a superhero.
Yeah, it is.
Nick, can you hit that again, but with more enthusiasm?
No,
Trump,
suck my
Yash?
cock, Pat. When you
Are
start
you
your own
Trump
stream,
supporter?
you can do as much enthusiasm as you.
Honestly,
I have my own stream.
I
I do have my own stream. I just don't stream because I'm busy.
maybe. I don't know. I feel like Trump powers can be kind of boring sometimes. It's like, ooh, either I boost powers or like I cancel out powers, or
Yeah.
I steal powers or I give powers.
Because they're so tied to the fact that it needs to be related to other powers that it's like you can only do so many things with other powers.
I actually wrote this power to get like a Trump power or like some more aggressive powers in.
Yeah.
But then last time we got a Trump power. So
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, it was kind of unnecessary extreme. Like, it was a mistake. Maybe I couldn't have known though.
It was a miscalculation.
Yeah.
The risk I took was calculated, but I'm bad at math.
Yeah.
Oh my God, wait, so Nick, last week you were streaming and it was just 2 hours of people watching me eat meatloaf.
Yeah, I don't think anybody watched, to be fair. This stream isn't very popular, so, like, not many people are watching this, but, yeah, I guess so.
Nobody watches this.
It's okay. We can watch it in like 4 years. We'll be like, remember that time we tried to play Weaverdice and we created all the characters and then stopped?
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I do that with all the old.
I already knows the
videos I made.
Damn. How did you figure it out, Brad?
I can see the future. That's part of my gravity power.
Wow. That's,
Okay. Nice. I mean, gravity can bend time, so.
And space-time even.
If you get strong enough, Brad, you'll be able to fucking like leash time and shit like that. That'd be dumb.
You know that scene in The Force Unleashed when he pulls down the fucking Star Destroyer?
Yeah. You could actually do
do
that.
that.
It was actually very feasible.
Or bad.
Are you kidding me? That was great. Force Unleashed was fucking amazing. You shut your dirty...
I'm gonna make my gravity powers so strong that I can do the thing they do in The Last Jedi. I'm just gonna tether the tiny ship to the big one and make it explode.
Tether it to the core. No, that's actually huge. So you could tether it not to the entire ship, but just to a tiny piece of it. Therefore, you don't expend all of your
and then
mana.
It doesn't even use all my energy. I'm a genius. Nick, you're a genius. We're all geniuses.
Oh my god.
Gosh, I'm gonna cheat your entire story here.
Wait, I don't understand. What is your cheat here?
He's gonna
Using my
tether.
abilities.
He instead of tethering it, because the whole thing with his mana points or whatever is that he expends more to attach bigger things. So instead of attaching the small like fighter ship to the entire Super Star Destroyer, he just attaches it to the core, and then the core is just a small thing inside the ship.
That doesn't work.
I don't know, man.
What if the small thing? Wait, wouldn't that mean like the small thing would be pulled out then?
Does it always go to the?
No, you said something as the parent, and you said the other thing as the child.
Yeah,
Parent-child. As parent-child, then then the thing that's the child is the thing that expends mana. So.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so then it's like, if you choose a wall, you choose a card.
So you'd want to tether the...
right?
Oh, yeah, I guess that it wouldn't matter.
Spaceship to the big one.
I guess
then that way, it would do the thing from The Last Jedi where the thing just carves it in half, even though it's so much smaller.
Yeah.
So, like, they explain it in the next movie, and they're like, "Oh, you can't. It's a 1 in a million shot."
It's not. It's literally not. They could have just said, "I'm so mad." All right, we're not getting into a Last Jedi fucking Rise of Skywalker tangent. I'm not doing this. I'm cutting this thread. All right.
That's
Can
just 1 in a million.
All right. Can we get into power creation time?
All right, Nicole, get the fuck out of here.
All right. See you later.
What did you say to me?
I want to see your kitchen ever again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fuck your kitchen.
Yeah,
Like
damn.
fucking
You better-
wall ever again,
you better
Josh.
turn
We
your
don't get what we
camera
want.
You better turn your camera around by the time you get back here. Let's just go.
All right, so I missed the power explanation.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
fine. We
here's
also did get it on
your-
stream, so
It's in the text chat. Like if you want to read it.
yeah, I pinned
what is it?
all of the powers.
Ah, perfect.
All right,
The
if we're
hero
gonna recap,
firebrand.
What?
I heard this. I'm just gonna step away and get water, but I've already heard this, so we can.
Okay. The hero Firebrand was on the sidewalk taking selfies with fans. You weren't really a fan, but you didn't want to cross the street either. Easier to just walk past. As you crossed in front of her, you heard the squeal of a tire rounding a corner at speed. Everything afterwards was in slow motion. You turned to see 2 men lean out of the windows, rifles in hand. You saw the flash of fire coming out of the muzzles, spent casings flying out onto the street. You felt the impacts of the bullets in your body, your arm, your side, your abdomen. Each hole felt like a molten fist punching through you. You looked into the eyes of the assailants. They weren't even looking at you. They were aiming at Firebrand. You were just some sucker caught in the crossfire. You're going to die for no reason. But wait, Firebrand was a hero. Surely she'd do something, save you somehow. There, you could see her igniting. Wait, no. No. She was engulfing the area in flame to melt the bullets. She was saving herself and killing everyone else. Even the hero was going to kill you. Instead of dying, though, you triggered #triggered.
Thank you for the hashtag triggered.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized this. I didn't catch the fact that she was with other fans who were getting pictures with her. So she killed like a lot of civilians.
she killed everyone around her, basically.
Jesus Christ, that
You
is
know, like,
bad.
in, like, Batman v Superman, when like the Capitol building explodes and
Oh
Superman's just like
yeah.
in the middle of like a bunch of people that are like on fire.
Right,
And
but
just,
he
like,
wasn't the
looks
cause of
at
the
him.
explosion in that case.
Like, God, it was so bad. It's like the worst portrayal of Superman. Like they made him so
Right.
like that guy.
I have it. Hear me out. Have we finished the? I have the power. It came to me when I was getting prompted.
I have an idea too, but you go, Brad.
All right, go for it.
This is a perfect opportunity for fish
Dude, I was thinking that.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, okay.
Brad and Pat
Water?
share one brain cell.
Water. Okay, water, and then fish in the water shoots up from the sewer system. Shoots out from the sewer system, protects her with a giant fucking water fish wall,
Oh my
turns
god.
into a fish mecca.
And then, because she's a villain, it just fucking drowns Firebrand, and that's why no one ever heard of her. She
Easy
gets drowned.
clap. Easy clap.
We
That's
never
why
said
That's why they were like,
Okay.
Firebrand was cut down by villains.
As
very well might have survived, and like maybe she came to Detroit if this was not in Detroit, and so Nicole followed because Nicole wants revenge or something.
all right.
Okay, the one
As,
thing is, I feel like Nicole's name, like I used the word crossfire in there, and that feels like really good as like a name if it like ties into anything like that her power is related to. Like
yeah.
it feels really appropriate.
Okay, another idea that I have. But Nick, do you have an idea?
Well, I was just gonna say that is your idea is fucking ridiculous. But there was a time in a D&D one shot where I was in a tower and there was I think there were bad guys that were coming down. Or they were coming up the tower. And I was like halfway down, and then my two adventuring party members, like other adventuring party members, were like further up the staircase. And they were fighting they were fighting a powerful mage, and he was getting away. So he ran past me, he ran past the other guys who were further up, and he was gonna get away. But then our teammates decided to use a duplication spell on lit fireworks and send them down the staircase to blow up the tower and hopefully hit him. I was in the blast radius, but at the last second I conjured a sphere of water, and that miraculously saved me and kept me alive long enough. Wow. And then we had to deal with the fucking tower falling, but then we had immovable rods, so we were able to survive that way.
Hey, Nick, what chapter is that in?
It was a clusterfuck. Are you gonna make a who asked joke right here?
Yeah, Nick, what chapter was that in?
Okay, I don't know what chapter.
In
Pat.
the story of your life that I didn't ask for.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Anyways, look, I'm saying something like that, some kind of sphere of water thing could be implemented. I think that might be pretty neat. Somehow.
I think she should be able to make a what's it called? A fucking small bubble of time around herself that slows down time around outside of the bubble.
We need to look at what hours this would be.
What?
That would help us, obviously, with like what.
Because I was thinking everything afterwards. Everything was in slow motion, and also she had time to go fucking get a fucking sign sheet thing. Or
what are you talking about, Pat? Are you having like a stroke?
I'm having a fucking stroke.
Okay.
She should be able to slow time outside of She should be able to slow time.
Why?
Because it's in slow motion, man.
It's in slow motion. Because she had free time to go.
No.
So this thing is I mean, it's part of it is there was a person with a power.
Yep.
And the other part of it is it was kind of an immediate hostility. Like there was an immediate pressure. It's not some kind of long-term thing.
Yash, can you see if you could turn on Crisp's noise suppression?
Can you have headphones?
Also, do you have headphones?
Okay. Yeah. How do I do that?
There's a little thing next to video connected.
Here, watch,
next to the call end and the video connected things in Discord, there's a thing that's like a little waves.
Brad's got it.
And then you can put on noise suppression.
Here's a fun fact. The sound isn't actually coming through my headphones. It's coming through my TV. So
I hate you.
Jesus Christ.
Is it on? I keep trying to it won't turn on.
Is there a little slider that you can switch to on?
Yeah, I try to slide it and it just won't slide.
Oh, well then I don't know.
What if
Also, just get headphones.
What if she could turn herself into assault rifles?
What?
Perfect, like Megatron.
Jesus Christ.
Like Megatron
turn herself into a giant gun. How is that?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that was so fucked up that Megatron got to turn into two things while everybody else got to turn into one thing.
Why was Yash muted?
Because he was testing it. When you test something.
Yeah, did it work?
Yeah. It sound. I can't hear Brad coming out of your side anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So does that prevent the echo?
Yeah. It is a very good noise suppression thing. Like
Is it RTX?
I don't know.
Nice.
Pat.
Wow. Okay, good.
Oh, is it the Discord?
It's the Discord thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like RTX. So yeah, she turns into a gun.
Yeah, no, I'm done. Like a handgun.
Wait,
so someone else has
did you say she has a gun?
Yes.
Someone else has to hold her in order for her to.
But she doesn't shoot out bullets. She shoots out lasers because bullets are too graphic for the TV audience.
She just has when she shoots bullets whenever she screams.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, she has to scream.
Guys, how does she survive getting blown up by Firebrand by turning into a gun? Please.
Because you can't burn a gun. Have you ever
She's
seen
burning the bullets. She is turning hot enough to burn the bullet. She can melt metal.
That's burning bullets, not the gun.
Oh my god, the gun's made of metal.
Nick, you're asking dumb questions here, okay?
I think I'm the only one asking the smart questions.
A gun made of ice.
Oh.
Oh,
okay, so this is a blaster power for sure.
Yeah.
Like despite like your guys' stupid idea, it is a blaster power.
It's a blaster power. I know what it is. She summons like a ghost, and she has to position the target between herself and the ghost.
Shut up.
Firebrand. Because Firebrand got so hot, she incinerated herself.
That sounds pretty good, but I feel like I've heard this somewhere. Like is this like an Avenger?
Maybe.
Iron Man villain?
It's Hawkeye.
Well, okay. Realistically, we could simply make this a thing to cover both being a trumper and a blaster. You could have it so that she absorbs Trump's powers, or she absorbs Kate's powers, and then sends it back out. as a projectile beam. Glad you guys are having fun. That's just what the power type is called. I don't know what you guys are.
Yeah, but she absorbs Trump's power.
She absorbs
That's
Trump's
not how it goes.
I know. I corrected myself to capes. Okay, she absorbs the cape's power.
Yeah,
Okay.
she absorbs Trump's power. That was so fun.
Slurp.
Wait, can you tell us again what your idea was?
Yeah, it's just she absorbs a cape's power like as they're using it, and then like expels it as a projectile blast of some kind.
What
Redirection.
I thought was like my immediate thought was like a feedback loop to like
I was
punish the
thinking that
user. So like she uses a fire blast and like somehow she just like makes a loop between them where like the fire blast then goes back at the user. And oh my god, this is infernal.
Is this
Okay,
not
so
just
I made a character a while ago. The idea was they kind of like absorbed energy. They're kind of like a dynakinetic, but only with like non-physical attacks.
Is this
And
not
kind of
Kyle's
like-
power?
What?
Isn't that Kyle's power?
No, like a dynakinetic.
Yeah, no,
Like-
doesn't he have that aspect to his power where he can like absorb attacks
You
and
can
redirect them?
kinetic energy, but only from one person who's linked to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the opposite. They like the character Infernal. Wait, was that their name? It doesn't matter. They weren't able to like absorb like physical attacks, but it's like a teammate, for example, would like set everything on fire, and then he would absorb the fire to like charge up his attacks. And like so, I pictured him fighting Behemoth just for fun, and like Behemoth was like hitting him with like some kind of energy thing, and instead then he was absorbing that energy and like shooting it back as like a beam. But Behemoth also absorbs energy, and it was just like a stupid loop of like energy attacks. Like that's kind of like maybe what I'm picturing a little bit here is like any attack that's being sent to her, she kind of like sends it back somehow. And like it's like the user can't stop attacking though. So like they just keep attacking her and it just keeps going back and hitting them. I don't like this as a power for this, but like that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that sounds overpowered.
That sounds sick as fuck. I like that idea of feedback loops. And I kind of like the idea specifically of feedback, where it's just like, what if she, and this will be tough to like balance with like other stuff, but like in just the case of fire, what if she shot out an equal wave of the opposite elemental force in a way? Sort of, it was like she shot out the inverse essentially, because I think it's like it would be cool if like she had to take and balance out whatever force she was like taking in. So like Fireband shoots out a fire explosion. She then it hits Nicole, then it bounces back as an ice explosion or as like a water explosion. Then like say someone else fires off like I don't know, fucking like grass explosion or some shit, or like vines at her or something. Like they fire off like vines at her, then like the once they attack her, they catch on fire and like they return back to the other user as like a fire, like fire whips or some shit. But like it's the inverse of whatever attack lands on her essentially. Like it bounces back, sort of like a mirror.
But not, because it's a different
Like,
element.
So what I'm picturing when you describe that is like they do something to her, and like instead of like it rides back along that attack to hit them. Like it's kind of like when you pour gasoline into a fire, you're not supposed to throw it because otherwise it climbs the gasoline and hits the can and then explodes.
Yeah,
So
it's
like that's kind of what I'm picturing.
Yeah,
but it's like an opposite attack that's like running back to hit them.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, and it's in that case, then it'd be literally like a feedback loop. It'd be fucking, and it'd be.
So I don't understand how you get the like. So there aren't that many like elemental sort of like attacks, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the faster attacks are just like some sort of beam. Like it's never described like what the beam is. It's just a. It's just a long-range beam.
It simply is.
I think that's definitely like it's just a matter of like what that attack is, and then it's the inverse of that. Like whatever, like it's tough to say because it's like there's so many different like fucking
It's
types
it's
of
gonna
things.
have to be handled by case, and that's just gonna be a
But it's
nightmare.
Yeah.
if it's like kinetic, right? Then it would be literally just the opposite kinetic force. So if it's kinetic and like going in one direction, then it gets shot back out the other direction. Like no threat. Go on.
I have some questions. I like the idea, but my questions are: so to use her power, she has to get hit by something, right? So she's going to take damage from that.
Yes.
Every time she wants to use her power, she has to take damage.
Wait, she takes damage from it?
I don't know if she would take damage.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing is,
I
if
thought it
she
was
doesn't take
absorption
damage,
kind of thing.
then how will is this only like elemental attacks?
I guess
That's-
it'd only be cape powers because like I imagine like because it's a power, right? It has to do with like powers.
Yeah.
So like if she
Right.
gets shot, she gets shot.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna get shot by a gun. She gets punched. But if
So
it's
my
like
concern
if it's
is-
kinetic blast, then like she inverses the kinetic blast back.
Right. I think it's cool. My concern is it goes back to the person who shot her, right?
It goes yes.
So does she have any control over her power at all? It seems like she is. It's kind of like an autonomous response, like in a passive power in League, where she has like a reflective shield. Like she doesn't really ever get to choose when she wants to use her power or how she wants to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really
I
doesn't
guess not.
see it all. Like, she
I
can't
guess
even
not. Yeah.
target.
Yeah.
They have to attack her.
But I like
And, like,
this
she-
idea of in-person elements. I think
Yeah.
we should keep that.
Well,
I like
okay.
the inverse.
I was gonna say as an alternative. I thought you were going down a well, I don't know if you're going down a similar path or not, but the idea that just came to my mind was keeping it connected with the fact that she was attacked by Firebrand and it needs to be a blaster power. What if she absorbs Cape's powers and then stores it as a she could use like a fire breath that then like could just be shot at range towards opponents at will.
So it's kind of like what's it called? Like Silas being able to like steal ults and shit like that.
I don't know who that is.
Wait, what is
Okay.
she
From League of
absorbing?
Legends.
She's absorbing
Powers.
like the cape attack basically.
Like any cape attack and it turns into fire?
Yeah, like she can. Yeah, it's like she has a well of fire in her stomach that she can just belch out as like a flame blast at will after she's been attacked by a cape.
Is it-
And
is
it's
Maybe we should
absorption.
put a
So
pin in the feedback loop for a bit and explore a few more options, and then we can come back to it maybe.
okay, sure.
Because like, this is an interesting thought of like so like just Trump attack. Sorry, like the Trump aspect is just like using it as like fuel for like other powers, which is and she's supposed to have a blaster power at the very least. So
Yeah.
Okay. Let's identify some of the themes here again, which we did not do. We just kind of rushed into it with fish mech, and we just kept going.
I mean, Fishmech is very thematically connected.
To what?
You cannot be serious.
Okay,
Come on, man.
you want me to do this?
No.
Don't start.
I went to art school.
You didn't go to writing school. It's different.
Nick, you ready for me to bullshit some
No.
fucking art?
Yeah, bullshit.
Yes.
Keyword bullshit.
Keyword it.
Yeah, okay, fine. Are you ready for me to build some connections?
No. Let's just go over the fucking themes, please. I
This is
beg
a
you.
strand type power.
Maybe this is like a breaker power. Let's
What?
think about it. I don't know. Let's just like think about maybe some of the.
Well,
what
there's
this
also
could be.
the idea of betrayal, right? Because she expected the hero to save her, and then the hero turned out to kill her.
Another master power.
There's that idea of protection as well. There's that idea of protection where she expected the hero to protect her and the people around them, and then like that idea that like, oh, we're gonna get protected, but then like, yeah, it leads into betrayal. But she could hard stop at that protection bit and make it like a shield.
Yeah, I like the idea of giving like a sword and shield
this
type
isn't-
offensive and defensive. What?
This isn't really much of like a betrayal in a way, right? Like she doesn't really like the superhero that much. Like she doesn't really care. It's more that like for her, I think the bigger aspect is that she's not the target. She's dying anyways for no reason.
Oh, collateral.
Oh,
yeah.
So what if
That's
like-
so
Aspect.
the shaker idea makes sense. What if she absorbs the energy
absorbs
from powers and shit?
sends out bullets.
Wait,
What'd you say?
No, just
she absorbs energy and shoots out bullets. What she said.
What if she has a defensive power, but she can't use it on herself? Like she can only defend other people.
I don't think she cared about other people at all either, right?
No.
Oh, this is more
What
about.
other people like makes you? So like, what about the situation makes you think it should focus on like the other people?
Well, the idea of collateral. I think doing something with that is a cool idea.
I think tying it along with like, what's it called? Yeah, collateral definitely. And I mean, one sentence that really sticks out to me is like she was saving herself and killing everyone else. So the inverse of that.
Well, I don't know if it needs to be the inverse of that, though.
And everyone else lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, we can
Actually,
take
wait.
that, like,
that
pull
actually
back
ties
with
back into another idea I had with the flame breath thing. So part of it would be like I was thinking like the more damage she takes, the stronger the flame blast could become. But to make it like balance so that she can't just keep like taking hits forever and just absorbing it, and not taking damage from capes from it, like. It would, after a certain point, she would have to expend it or it would start hurting herself because it's like a well of fire inside of her. And so it's going to start burning her from the inside out if she holds on to it for too long.
I like that idea of like being able to like store as much as you want to risk. And then like you just roll a dice and it's just like, I survived one more round. A little bit more, then I'll explode.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like that idea of like, I don't think that ties with this power super well. That like gameplay mechanic. I don't think the themes of that gameplay mechanic tie with this power super well, but I think that's a really fun idea to have.
But then it ties in with like you were saying, kill yourself, save everyone else. If and I guess I was thinking of another possible permutation of that idea where instead of maybe a flame breath, maybe it's more of like an explosion, like apparently Firebrand had. That might just be too copycat-ish at that point.
I was gonna say that like no, but like the way that the power plays out in gameplay feels more that it's like, oh, let's just keep rolling it feels more risky than it does feel in terms of like anything to do with like collateral damage or like protecting people or anything like that.
Well, it would be like you take. It's not like rolling the die. I wasn't thinking of it as rolling the die. You take guaranteed damage after a certain threshold is met. Like if you continue to hold on to this amount of energy and don't expend it, you're going to hurt people. You can go past it, or you're gonna hurt yourself if you hold on to it for longer than that. You can get more. Okay. But it's just going to start damaging you constantly until you either die or expend
basically
all that
this is
energy.
like Godzilla in the second Godzilla movie where like there's so much energy that it explodes because of the energy.
Yeah. I don't know if
this should be a mover power, guys.
Why?
How do you think?
Movers involve a drive to escape, flee, or run. The exact circumstances, the nature of what they are trying to escape, and in relationship to the threat have a lot of influence on the type of mover that arises from a trigger event. So what we have here, right, is she doesn't want to be here because she's caught in the crossfire, right? This isn't about her. She's not a target.
Mm-hmm.
So she's trying to escape the bullets, but also the superhero, like the cape, at this, like, both of these, like she wants to escape the whole scenario, really, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's just like random chance that she's here.
Yeah.
So I don't have like a specific power in mind, but I think that's something we need to look at. Is like the mover aspect, I think, is even bigger than the blaster aspect.
Yeah, I mean if we're gonna think about mover abilities, I feel like the only one that could get her out of that situation alive would be teleportation, right?
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, like super speed, flight.
What if
we could just go underground like immediately?
What?
Right?
Hey, what if we did something sort of like Phoenix's ult, where like she bursts into flames, then rebuilds herself back in like position.
Yo,
like it could be like a sort of teleportation like
let's
that.
Let's just steal Phoenix from Valorant, guys. Holy shit!
Honestly, like it kind of.
Wait. Okay. So wait. How is it teleportation?
Well, I mean, it's essentially like teleportation by breaking down.
It's Reaper.
It's like breaking down the molecules.
This is Burnstar's power. This power already exists in Worm.
What are we sure we're talking? We're probably not talking about the same thing. Phoenix's ult in Valorant is that he creates like a double of himself, or I don't know how exactly to explain it. Basically, you ult, you become. If you die after you trigger your ult, you'll just go back to where you activated your ult, and you would have taken no damage. So it's like kind of like a clone, but like
is what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So it could be like that.
Yeah.
And so basically how it would work out in this scenario is that they trigger, they die, but then they respawn in the aftermath, and after everything's been destroyed. And then
but I still don't. So it's teleportation because they go back to where they started? Is that
kind
what
of?
you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can
It's
in the way it works in Valorant is that like you start off in a safe spot, then you go into the danger zone, try to get some picks, and then if you happen to get shot, then you just you get a second chance.
It's like a what's it called? It's like a Shadow Clone Jutsu from fucking Naruto or some shit. Okay, fine. It's fucking like a goddamn. I thought that was a weeb shit that like
No,
here could, like,
Josh does not watch weeb shit except for My Hero, I think.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah,
So it's like
Yeah, sure. A week now.
it's like
I've seen Full Metal Brotherhood, and I've seen One Punch Man.
So essentially, she just like it would just be like making a clone, except like she gets an extra life more or less. She essentially just gets an extra life for like a short time.
Okay.
And then like returns back to the original spot. It doesn't have to be like that, but like the idea that I had was that like she could fucking like just burst into flames and teleport into another spot and then burst out of flames.
Okay, I think I get the idea. Let's not get too caught up in this.
Ooh,
I get the concept.
I've got another idea.
I mean, let's not get caught up in trying to explain it. I understand.
I have
Nick,
another
what you got?
idea. Okay, so we're thinking mover, we're thinking blaster, we're thinking Trump, right? So how about
I've always thought about Trump.
here we go. So how about absorbs Cape's powers, uses it as rocket propulsion, so she has jet feet like fucking Iroh in Legend of Korra, okay? So that it can be used as a mover power so that they have the ability to fly away, but also it's like a blaster power because it could be like the fucking fire coming out of your feet is like a projectile kind of thing if you wanted to use it like that. And then also powered by Trump absorption. What's up?
I just vetoed it.
Can I just veto that?
Why? It's all the things.
Okay, wait, Nick. Being serious though. Okay, is it just fire, or is she absorbing some other attack, like any attack, and then she uses it to like move?
I mean, connecting it to the Trump stuff.
That actually could be really interesting if we make it different than what you're saying. But that sounded bad. But what I mean is, I like your idea. If we think about like the different kind of cape powers, though, right? It's not like it's just going to be fire, and that's what you get to move. It'd be interesting if it's like, so think about all the different kinds of powers that you deal with, right?
Yeah.
And then like how to translate to different forms of movement, right? So like getting hit by like a water attack, right? Is like kind of like hydroplaning around, sort of.
That would be cool.
A kinetic attack, right? Like someone punching her, like that sort of attack would lead to like kind of like really like super jumping, sort of like, like bounding over a building, right? Mm-hmm. Fire, like you're, jetpacking around with your feet or whatever, right? So like that's kind of interesting to think about. Like she takes an attack against her and uses it as like a mover thing to like escape, right? And then each time it's going to be like something different based on who she's fighting. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. What if we? I actually really like that.
Yeah, I'm down with it. I was just doing fire because that was connected to what triggered her in the first place. But I'm fine with it.
What if we just took that like a little bit further and like use it as what's it called? Just use it both for mover and like blaster stuff or offensive stuff.
Yeah, they can choose like, how they expel that power, so they can do it through their hands.
You can either do arms or legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like
or one of each.
or one of each. Oh, literally, no, that'd be sick. Actually, literally, like you can choose. You have 4 charges. You can choose either between one arm or both arms or both legs or one arm and one leg.
Wouldn't that be 2
And then,
charges?
Or 2
I think
charges.
we
Yeah,
should
sorry.
still, before we settle on that, I think we should still try and think about if there's like any other possibilities for Blaster besides just using the same ability. Because I think that's kind of a little more boring. Because like a lot of the attacks are going to be Blaster attacks anyways, right? Like the mover part is interesting because it's taking an ability that's not a mover ability and then somehow translating that into something different. And that like, a mover ability, while that would instead be like, you're shooting me with a laser, so I am shooting you with a laser.
What if it wasn't like Blaster stuff then? What if it was literally like you get a mover ability and then you get like some sort of melee attack?
That's not Blaster though.
That doesn't really fit the trigger. I mean, like, okay, so it doesn't fit the trigger, but if you can come up with a good reason why, then we can still do it. But
does it have to like a reason why within the realms of the trigger, or the reason why because like it's sick?
Both, either. Just give me something, and I'll tell you if it's good enough.
Okay.
Water mix.
So I'm thinking like, what's it called? A lot of what I'm thinking about, like with the idea of appropriating the powers into like mover powers, would be like maybe literally just like flipping the script on like how she's attacked. Maybe if she's attacked by someone who's like melee based, she hits them back with ranged attacks, like ranged kinetic attacks or some shit like that. And then maybe if she's attacked by someone who's like ranged, like by a ranged attack, she turns it into like, I don't know. In this case with fire, she turns it into a flame sword or some shit.
Kinetic attack.
How?
What does that mean? If you're throwing a rock at someone?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe what's it called?
Like a shockwave.
Maybe her actual punches don't actually do anything, but she can like punch like fucking force or some shit. I don't know. Force punches. Like she gets longer reach on
here.
I guess, yeah. But then like maybe she's attacked by like in this case with like a fire blast, right? She can turn that into like a fire sword. Or like claws or something.
But why is it becoming melee? Like that's getting away from the whole Blaster idea, right?
There's no reason for it. It's just
I have a weird idea.
It's sick.
All right, what you got, Brad?
All right, it's a little bit of a different direction.
Okay.
But she can set up some kind of like pillar of an element or something, or clones or something, and she can swap between and choose which one she inhabits. I think it would be tweaking, but that's kind of like a mover aspect where she can teleport.
Okay, can you
Oh.
Yeah, this is a crazy idea. We need to work on it because I don't really have anything yet. But she can kind of set waypoints. Like she can make like a clone or like a pillar of like an element or something, and then she can swap between the things she sets up. Like if it's a clone, she can choose which one she inhabits.
Star except without the fire.
Like what?
So Burnscar's power is that she's a pyrokinetic, which is like fire. And then she can teleport anywhere that there is fire. So she'll set something on fire or like throw fire somewhere so that she can teleport there. So it's kind of like it's not fire.
It's like a base for the power. It's not the whole power.
It's a different element than fire. I don't know. Okay, think about that a little more. But in the meantime, let's try and work with the mover part and the blaster part, maybe. Unless you got like more with it. Just think about that a little bit more and then bring it back.
Oh, the mover part was gonna be like she can make clones and like switch between which one she's inhabiting, or like decoys or something. And that way she gets kind of like short range teleportation.
But
it would need to factor in whatever else we're working with. It couldn't just be that.
I kind of want to go back to like the mover idea that Josh had. I kind of like that one more, just because like the clone idea doesn't feel like it's super locked with the things of the trigger. Like it's a cool idea. I just don't think it works with the trigger.
Yeah. How about you were complaining about the fact that it will get boring if it's just they can use their arms or their legs and then the blaster power is just sending things back.
Yeah.
I don't know if this exactly solves it, but maybe to deal damage back in the form of like a blaster power, maybe then they have to actually take the damage. So they have to choose whether or not to run away and not take damage, i.e., absorb the attack, or like still take it and then send it back, but they have to take damage in order to use it as an offensive ability. Maybe that's just like too nerfed, or I don't know.
What if actually instead of making like a blaster, like like where it's like a laser or some shit, what if they could make like a small AoE like aura type of vibe? That way, like the movement means that like she can either use the aura defensively or offensively by like how she positions with the movement ability.
What's the aura do? What is the aura though?
It deals damage to anything that's not her.
What?
No,
Yeah, it deals damage to
no.
everything.
Okay, so maybe it changes. Like maybe it changes with the type of power she's attacked with, because I feel like that's a theme that we're like playing with a lot, with like the type of power, right? But if we wanted to like lock it with fire, like maybe it's like it's just a fire aura that like heats up the air around her or some shit, and like when things are inside that area, they take damage. That way, like it's she could use that either offensively or defensively. So it's like, oh, she's proccing her aura, now she wants to like stay within that area, and then she can just use her like her movement ability to like keep chasing down like targets with her like aura, or she can use that aura defensively and just kite around and kite back with her movement abilities. But maybe if
let me
it's like
try to explain it back to you to see if I get it. Okay.
go for it.
The aura heats up what's around, and then the longer like someone stays within that, right? That means like it's gonna keep heating up, or they're gonna keep heating up because they're within that. Like it's kind of like induction cooking.
Yeah.
And then she kind of like tries to keep people within that aura to keep them burning.
Yeah. Or she can use it defensively as like a ward to like, try to push, like try to get people away from her and stuff. And then she can use her movement abilities to like run away. Maybe it changes with huh?
We should convert that into a nuker ability. Nuker is blaster and shaker. So it's like blaster with area of effect.
Yeah.
So like it's an interesting idea.
Maybe
how you can make that into like a blaster ability that does an area of effect sort of thing. Like it doesn't have to be, but like maybe think about that a little bit since we're trying to do a blaster ability.
Okay.
It's an interesting idea.
How does she get that power? Is that also being absorbed from Cape's powers, or does she just have?
I think that would be also absorbed. That would also be absorbed.
Okay.
Because I was thinking that like maybe it'd have different effects based on like the type of Cape power. Because I know with like you were saying with movement, right, where it's like if it's kinetic based, she could jump over tall buildings and stuff with like with that force. Maybe instead of doing damage, it pushes people away. Like it literally just pushes knockback. And then maybe if it's like water, right, instead of fucking like instead of heating things up and dealing damage, it cools the air around her and starts slowing people or some shit.
Yeah, I like the idea of variant powers like that. I think that's a cool thing. Do any of us really have that?
None of you guys actually have very like guaranteed damage, except come with Nick, but Nick is slow.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's kind of interesting. You guys go for interesting powers, which is good. But it also kind of like makes you guys it makes it a little harder for you guys.
I feel like Brad has guaranteed damage.
It's about the brain.
Brad has guaranteed powers. What the fuck? He throws people.
And things.
Brad can literally.
Brad has
guaranteed.
Yeah, Brad's is too. Brad's like the most like directly. Power, but his also is like still
reliant on his like witty use of it. Like it's not directly I point at you, you receive damage. It is I point at you, tether you to another object, you fly over there, then take fall damage. Like
it's not like instantaneous either. Like
shoot rocks at people.
Someone could just shoot Brad as he's doing this, and you can choose like
one like the Avatar machine gun.
Like most of your abilities are like single target. Right?
Yeah.
So like Brad's is that Nick's can like hit multiple people, but he has to try and like do it.
Yeah.
Like in a way that'll hit multiple people.
Mine's not single target. I just have to throw a big enough thing.
Yeah, you can throw like fucking trees and shit.
but you're moving one thing against something else, and you hopefully will hit more things than just like one thing when you throw it.
Yeah.
But
Brad,
So wait a minute.
Brad can
Can I
literally
tether like the moon to the earth?
You would pass out
It's really-
immediately.
you're never
That's
going to get enough points to do that.
That's fine.
What's the range? Wait, did we talk about the range that Brad had to be in?
It's line of sight.
We don't need to talk about that.
Get
Let's
touch-
focus on
No,
Nicole.
he had to touch things. He had to touch things. That's what it was.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
For Brad?
Yeah, he had to like touch the child.
What?
He
Child? What child?
The
no,
child
he chose
object.
the parent. Yeah, he chose the parent. Then he has to touch the child to like.
Maybe like a literal child.
Literal.
The child.
Alright.
Yoda's bastard. He has to touch him.
Where are we with Nicole's power right now? What exactly do we have?
I like the shake a bit. I don't know how to make it blaster.
Okay, we have the mover ability of taking a power that's used against her, or just taking a power like that another cape has, and using that as a mover power
I
to
like that.
escape. It's like the foundation
I like
of that is rooted in trying to escape from Firebrand, who is the worst superhero of all time. And
Right.
then
So that's
I
where she
think
gets
something
tired
that-
jets from
something
me.
I've wanted to say for a while is that for the blaster power, right, Firebrand isn't the only threat, right? So Firebrand is on one side, and then there's the drive-by shooting on the other side.
Right. I
And
thought,
she
but I
gets-
thought we were working on the assumption that the assaulters were incinerated, just like Nicole was about to be. You know, unless
Well, okay,
without
so the way I picture it, like, so imagine there is the sidewalk
Yes.
on our left side,
Yes.
right? And Firebrand is signing autographs on that sidewalk,
Yeah.
and our Nicole is walking, and she like just walks past them, right?
Yeah.
Because they're in the way. And then like another car like turns around the corner,
Mhm.
and then like they're on obviously like the right side of the street because we're in America, right? And so they're shooting across at least one lane to hit where Firebrand is.
Yeah.
So like I pictured the attack as like defensive, more like she's just trying to melt the bullets. But they could
Oh,
be
she
incinerated.
didn't make it big enough to reach the car.
Maybe. I mean, it'd be like that's like by that point Nicole should already be long dead. But like you're forgetting that Nicole got hit by the bullets.
But the bullets would also get incinerated at this point, right? If you are
So should we
triggering,
then?
to
So
s-
should-
yeah, yeah, but that's why we trigger. That's the whole point. We are being saved by the trigger, but the bullets aren't gonna get saved by the trigger. The bullets are gonna get fucking eviscerated.
No, there are bullets in you.
Right.
Yeah, no,
the
the
bullets
bullets-
in you get eviscerated by the fire that also should be eviscerating you, but you
You
trigger.
mean
I feel
incinerated?
I feel eviscerated is not the correct.
Yeah, I think
you
it's
mean?
Incinerated means like you take the guts out of something.
You take the guts out of the bullets, which is the line. So you take the bullets out of the.
Yeah.
Have no guts. Mission accomplished. We did it. They were
Are you serious? I thought eviscerated just meant like completely and utterly destroyed.
No,
That's
that's,
what it means.
that's
colloquially,
annihilated,
but
dude.
Specifically, it means to like take the guts out. I believe.
that's annihilated, bro. Annihilated is completely destroyed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
think, like,
Eviscerate is
for example,
disavow.
means like literally to destroy 10% of something.
Wow, that's
But we just think of it as like just destroy, like just destroy something. But
Wait,
like
really?
the
Annihilate?
decimation is like 10%
Oh,
of people dying.
Yeah, decimation. Yeah, decimation. What's it called? So fucking bullets, right? I mean,
So
I
you
feel
don't
like
have to, the trigger doesn't have to save her from the bullets that have already hit her.
no, I
You
feel
know,
like the bullets. Yeah,
hospital could save her or something. From
shoot
that.
a trigger from the bullets first.
Yeah, we really just moved past the bullets like immediately.
I mean, the
But
bullets are traumatic, but then like honestly, the triggers do have like a good sense of dramatic timing. Like they have a really good sense of dramatic timing.
I mean, they
Yeah,
have to
no,
when they're
we-
literally
we
saving
will
you from a
have-
life or death situation 99.9% of the time. Like,
like you gotta
So-
wait until it's like really, really cool, and then you do it, right?
Yeah, no, it's gotta. Yeah, it's not just a life or death situation.
it's gotta be
We're getting
epic.
shot at.
It
Yeah,
has
we're
to
getting
be
shot at. It's life or
Raid
death.
Shadow Legends epics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like in game. Like
You know how her mover power is dependent upon other powers?
Yeah,
You
What?
know how her mover power is dependent on other powers?
yes.
Yeah.
I think her blaster power should be independent. I think it should be something she always has access to.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I don't think it should be reliant on having another power around.
Yeah, like a guaranteed source of damage that's just like instantaneous would be very nice. And I think
she should shoot bullets.
Yeah, the bullet got lodged in her chest like Tony Stark's, and now she can just like shoot bullets like this.
No, like what if she could expend calcium from her bones to create bullets in her skin?
No, she shoots out her teeth as bullets, guys. How about that?
I kind of like that, actually.
No, it was stupid. The point is that it's stupid. Jesus fucking Christ, no.
Even your dumb ideas are great.
Nick, all of the ideas I've shut down. Take note of that, Nick. Take note of that. I think.
So,
if
go ahead.
Dude, actually, honestly, straight up, what if she could just absorb bullets and then shoot them out? She literally, she just has to go to a fucking live. She takes it, and she can just smash it into her skin, and her skin, absorbs the bullets into her flesh, and then she can shoot them out with, knuckles, like Wolverine style.
Why is she able to absorb bullets?
Flash TV show?
Huh?
In the Flash TV show, there's a character, the Elongated Man, and he's kind of, think of, Mr. Fantastic, and he's, bulletproof because it doesn't penetrate his skin.
No, he's like Plastic Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't they have a fucking Mr. Fantastic in DC that's called Plastic Man?
Plastic Man. No, but Elongated Man's also they're both technically they're both.
Plastic Man is way more powerful than Elongated Man.
Yeah,
Plastic Man is insane. He's so strong.
Plastic
Man's
Man's
also so goofy that it doesn't.
Yeah. He's and Plastic Man used to be a thief, so he flip flops between being a hero and villain. Mostly he's a hero though.
Sounds like a Deadpool.
He's not as fun as
Deadpool.
He's not as fun as Deadpool. He's not as fun as
Deadpool. It's honestly, I don't really like Deadpool that much.
All right, why are we talking about Deadpool? We're talking about Nicole.
So
thank you for
anyways, the bullets. So you felt the impact of the bullets in your body, your arm, your side, your abdomen. Each hole felt like a fist punching through you.
Right, Brad's got this. Hold up, he's
no more. Have you ever heard of a little video game called Arms?
Yes.
Oh my God! Wait, Bradley, buddy, you're a fucking genius. Yeah, I'm game too.
Okay,
so arms like a giant.
Okay, both are talking at the same time. What are you?
She shoots some.
Yeah, sorry, Brad, go ahead.
She blasts her arms like the Iron Giant.
That's not how I would have described it, but yes. So molten fists, right? So she can shoot her fists out.
Yeah, she has a rocket fist, like in Metal Gear Solid 5.
She shoots. She blasts her arms like Iron Giant.
They're metal and they're hot.
Yeah.
So if she punches hard enough, she can just punch through someone, theoretically.
Oh.
Yes.
It's it's literally Bullet Punch from Pokemon, except it's hot.
And she eats bullets.
No, we're not doing the eat bullets bit.
Strengthen her bones, Nick. Come on.
Oh my God.
How do you think her fists are strong enough to punch through people?
Is that how she's able? Is that how she powers her molten fist? She has to eat the bullets first.
She needs iron.
Oh God.
She can only eat teeth.
Brad, have you ever watched the Internet Box podcast? There is a bit specifically about eating teeth that I would love to direct you to later. It's fucking hilarious.
Eating bullets is not that weird of a requirement, really, or just eating metal in general. To kind of be keep your metal content up or whatever. A lot of caves have to do things to kind of keep their powers kind of sharp or whatever.
Okay.
There's
a guy Weld. I mean, he has to absorb metal to kind of regain body mass.
Okay, wait. What if she has iron fists, right?
Yep.
She has iron fists that a molten.
Oh my God, the immortal Iron Fist! Except actually cool instead of a fucking piece of shit.
She has iron fists that heat up and stuff and can punch through people, right?
Yeah.
And then what if she could shoot her fist out, right? And she has to regrow that fist by eating the metal.
It's a one-way trip for the fist.
It's a one-way trip.
It's
eat metal.
It's
What? Yeah, you were lagging super hard there also.
So what's it called? She has the iron fists. They heat up. They punch through people, and she can shoot it out like a rocket fist. But she can't put it back on. She has to regrow it by eating metal.
It's a final smash.
It's a final smash.
God.
I don't like that part.
Why?
And then she can
I'm
eat
not really on board with that
she
part.
has to eat her own fist because it has a it has a lot of metal. But if she doesn't eat her own fist, she can eat anything else that's metal, like a fucking fork.
She had. Oh, okay. So basically, what happens is she shoots out one fist, right? And then she has the option to shoot out her other fist. But if she shoots out her other fist, she has no way to eat the metal.
Unarmed.
She has no way to eat the metal that she needs to get her arms back.
Did you really just say she's unarmed? Pat, did you really say that?
Yeah.
How is she gonna pick up the fucking metal to put in her mouth? Is she gonna have to fucking crawl on the ground?
Nick?
Yes.
She got someone else to help her.
Oh
Plus,
my
statics
God.
exists too.
That's so weakening. That is ridiculously weak.
If Nicole has to eat metal to regrow her hand, does that make her a goat?
God.
Oh, okay. She will like this power.
Yes. Yes. She can enslave
I'm
herself.
telling you, if she has to use both her hands and then she has to just scrounge on the ground, just crawl around like fucking handless to eat things.
You don't use them. You save the other one to do like the Doomfist punch.
Nick,
Like,
you're taking this into a real kinky place, and I don't like it.
It's not kinky. It's just fucking weak.
Kinkiness until you said that, Pat.
Nick, she has the option to use both, but in most situations, if she has to use it, she's only going to use one and then keep the other one to just keep doing like the fist thing.
So
Right.
also,
And then
yeah,
we
do we?
use her arm every time she punches someone?
We can say
That's not
no.
happening.
Like, she can just punch. She can normally punch people, but then she can rocket punch someone, and then the arm will explode too. So like it bounces out.
So she has like the projection fists that you were talking about, but she also has like a super attack where she launches her fist.
It's like hand grenade.
You mean like in Metal Gear Solid, where like it's literally like it's rocketing?
Yeah, rocker propelled. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Talking about that for like 30 minutes. Where have you been?
That's been on the table. It's a hand grenade.
That's definitely what I thought of.
Oh, okay. I don't mind if it's a grenade. That kind of works. So like if she shoots it, right, and like the fist,
like,
like,
so she's got two of those. Yeah.
Like she can punch people normally with her iron fists, and like they're super hot or whatever, and like they blow, like they like punch through people. That's fine, but then she can take it off and throw it at someone, and it's a hand grenade.
I'm gonna stop you there because that's stupid. I'm gonna make it a little better. Okay. So her fist is like metal and like it's hot, right?
Yes.
So what she can do though is she can like overcharge it and then just like eject it, like launch it, but like detach it completely. And so she doesn't have to throw it with her other hand. It just goes and explode into like shrapnel. And like, so like she's not like she can like, for example, she can like shoot through like a tiny window, right? And just kill everyone in the room by doing this.
Yeah.
But having to like break down the door and going through and trying to hit everybody.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a
And then
cannon.
she regrow it by eating
Yeah.
Like a hand cannon.
Now, all right, what kind of range do we think she should have with this? Is this going to be like mortar kind of range where she could set up, she could put her arm on the table and then just fucking like mortar that shit to like a mile away?
Wait,
I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that a lot.
Like when we're talking
Okay, so
ejection,
the
how
frag
far
fist,
can she
I don't-
eject the fist?
I think frag fist is like a direct, like you can arc it, right?
Yeah.
But I think frag fist, like it's, like maybe like 300 meters.
Okay.
I don't know. That's good enough.
No,
Right?
How far can you throw things, Yash? That's 300 meters. No, I know, but are we trying to make her like range on the ejection like as far as somebody could throw something, or are we making it longer than that?
That's a rifle. That's a rifle like engagement range. 300 meters.
Actually, so battle rifles shoot 700 meters. ARs or like carbines are supposed to be like 500. So it's still less than like what you'd expect like a normal military rifle to shoot.
Than like a handgun. It's like a handgun. It's a handgun.
You should be using handguns at a much shorter range. It's like in between.
I don't fucking know, dude. I shoot guns in video games. I'm an artist.
I didn't shoot guns either. I just did some research for like a thing I'm writing.
Okay.
I mean, I usually do a lot of my engagements are like 300 meters, because I'm like, oh fuck, they're close, 300 meters, boys.
So, all right. So it sounds like we're closing in on something here. So we're
Yeah,
all
So
pretty.
we have the movement.
Movement power.
Yeah.
She takes an enemy power, right, and she uses that as a mover ability.
Yeah, she absorbs it
How
and
does she
then
get the enemy power?
What?
She just
If she's about
She
to, if she's
punches
taking damage, what?
If she gets
punches
hit by it, she can use it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was gonna be like an
Okay.
absorption thing. So she
No,
absorbs
wait,
the
what if
power.
She sees somebody
No.
and picks their power.
What if her hands have to be the things that absorb that?
No.
So, because the metal arm bits. So, like, she's covering her face, and like that'll absorb the bits. So that way, if she punches someone, she can get to gain their power. If she punches them,
Oh god, I actually like that. God damn it! Everything else that you said has been so stupid, but like
Then
that
she
actually
would've
sounds
died in
cool.
this scenario, Nick.
It's like
covers her
no,
face.
but it's
She
like
covers her
yeah, no,
face.
it's like the fucking Wonder Woman like bracelet thing. Like she just does that shit.
Dude, that's good.
Cool. Aw.
Yeah,
Damn it.
exactly.
Damn it, Pat.
Hold on.
frag fist.
Hold on. I have to think about it for a minute.
You're gonna think about it. You're gonna be like, "Fuck, it's even better than I thought it was."
Damn it. That's so dumb.
But it's so cool.
Fucking coolest power. Oh my god.
See, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. You just throw enough dumb shit at the wall, and eventually one of the cheese slices will stick.
Exactly. Well, no, you it's that the dumb shit like sticks together, and then the amalgamation of all the dumb shit sticking together results in one cool thing. And
This
in
is
total.
a creative process.
Yeah.
It's just three cool things, dude. She has 3 cool powers.
Yeah.
She has a fucking. She has a fucking frag fist.
I can't believe we're
I
going
don't-
with that. She has to
Alright,
fucking
Alright,
eat
you know what?
metal
I
to get
like
her
this
arm
power.
back.
I like this power.
Wait,
I'm
we
gonna
have to like figure out the final details before we call her back.
Yeah.
yeah,
so-
I'll be right
This
back.
is movement power. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a pin in like the Wonder Woman idea for like, just a minute, right?
Come
Okay.
If we
on.
don't, no, I'm not saying we don't do it, but if we didn't do that, right? Like,
Yeah.
what would we have done?
She just
Like, how would
absorbs.
she- like,
I was thinking she
is
just
immune?
has if she's hit by a cape's power, she just absorbs it and then she can use it as a mover power
Yeah,
based
that's like
on
the
what
What
the
if
power
she
is.
absorbs the first? How about she absorbs like the first hit and she's like immune to that?
Sure.
But then
yeah.
any follow ups, because otherwise she would just be killed immediately.
But then what's the cooldown on that then? How long does that like last until like? Is it like an immediate like I'm just trying to figure like how does that count then? 'Cause
Maybe
it's
it
like
should be related to like proximity. So like after she gets like a certain distance away from them, like it just like stops. Because then she's not because it's sourcing the power from them.
But
her
then what if
mover
she's-
power or her immunity to that power.
the immunity.
Well, the immunity only lasts one hit, right?
Well, also,
But, like,
how are you
that's-
quantifying one hit here? Because if
Yeah.
there's a hero that can just kill it, like I hope you wouldn't put us up against a hero that kills us in one shot in our first session. But like if you did, then she would just be and then like they just use their one thing. Then she's just immune to that, and then that's like way more powerful than somebody that needs to whittle us down. You know?
Well, I mean, another thing that I was gonna ask was like, if you mean like location wise, is it relative to the hero that she regained her power from? Because then what if we're going against 2 heroes? She absorbs one hero's power, then like she's tied to that location, she has to run away and then come back.
Well, what I was thinking, basically, like, I don't think it would really be an issue for you guys, like, at all. It basically be like once you guys leave a fight, like, after a while, because, like, how often do you fight, like, do a fight, like, the fight takes place over, like, greater than, like,
Well,
I don't know,
because we could
a
like
300 area.
we could impart her with like Brad's power technically.
Yeah.
What?
We
We
could
can
use
give
our
her
power.
Brad's power,
Yeah,
technically.
we could attack her to then give her.
Give her a power to
Yeah.
like as like
Yeah,
a
you guys can.
as a preemptive thing. But then like
But then if we're
then
also
she can't gain any
fighting
more.
other capes,
Can she gain powers from those capes then? The enemy capes?
yeah. What is
Yeah, I
the?
don't think it. I mean, I imagine that she gets to choose. So, like, if someone hits her, she can like choose whether she wants it or not. Do you think we should make it so that she just takes damage, but like it's like a reduced amount all the time?
I'm cool with the reduced amount all the time.
Like it's just 50% damage.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with she can use her fists.
Oh my god.
We're not even there yet. We're not
'Cause-
even there.
no,
That
'cause-
cool your
well-
jets, dude.
Well, because the thing with that is then like we don't have to do the damage reduction. It could just be when she gets attacked, but then she can attack someone else, and then it could be a viable reason for her to be able to switch after she attacks someone else.
Yeah, honestly, taking it through her fist means that like she has to position her fist to take the blow.
Wait, can you say that again, Pat? Like, I don't think I understand.
Being so if we say that like she absorbs it through her fists, right? When she gets attacked, it'd be reasonable enough for us to be like, oh, well, she can like take the damage, like she can try to block the damage a bit with her fist. She still takes damage. We don't have to do a damage reduction, so she could switch her power, like the mover power, when she gets attacked. However, and not to like limit her, if she attacks someone else, she could switch her mover powers when she attacks someone else because she'd just punch them with her fist.
I like that. Yeah.
Essentially, the idea is
Arm in general.
the idea is more or less like from a purely like I'm thinking purely mechanics. The idea would be that like she could just switch her power whenever she doesn't take a damage reduction. She could just switch her power whenever, like her mover power, the movement power.
You cut out. I guess my Wi-Fi is really bad or something. Can you? Say
No, you're good.
that
You're good. The idea is that like she would be able to switch her mover power whenever. And there wouldn't be a damage reduction. There wouldn't be any protective stuff. She could just switch her move power whenever when she like either attacked or when she got damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's I think if I understand you correctly, Pat, the benefit is that she can switch it at range because she can shoot out her fist.
So it's just contact, basically.
Yeah, it's just contact.
Any contact. But you'd want it to be on her arms because her arms are like metal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're doing this.
I think it'll come in handy.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Such a bastard, man.
No, I mean
the delayed reaction honestly, really fucking.
The thing with her power, it's that like I just want to make sure that she's always armed and dangerous.
Okay, Yang, you're cool. We get it. You make puns.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think we have the power.
I think
we got it. Record time. It only took an hour and a half.
And be hit by teammates.
Wow.
Hand cannon.
What if she just punches you instead? That'd be better.
Yeah, she could.
She just punches Brad and takes the power.
She could. It has to be. It has to be some amount of force. It can't just be a touch.
It has to be a knockout punch. Like Brad is unconscious.
Yeah.
That's it. Brad's unconscious and she has no power. No in between.
Wait, what happens when Nicole punches me? What power does she get?
She gets the gravity power. For movement.
Okay.
For movement.
Yeah, a movement variant on a gravity power.
Yeah, she becomes gravity queen.
I think she'll get like a gravity slingshot. Like I picture like one on each arm, sort of, right? So it's like she like chooses that thing and then she moves forward. And
yeah, that'd be sick actually. So what if instead of like coming out of her feet, like all of the fucking stuff comes out of her hands?
No, we're not doing it to hands. I think you just whatever like works best.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do that part, or it's gonna get really complicated.
No, because like it's with the fighting things, then it goes into blaster bits, so that way she has fucking like
how do you like surf on water with your arms? Like are you doing a handstand on a surfboard? Like
no, because it's like Iron Man. It's like Iron Man. It's fucking like hand cannons and shit like.
Well, he also has them in his legs too.
Yeah, well that's true, but like fucking what's it called? He doesn't have them on his hands to help stabilize and shit like.
Oh yeah, he could do the little hand thing on the sides. Are we keeping the bat? I need
yes or no, maybe.
I need to ask
into the hand bits.
I need to ask before we bring Nicole back in. Are we keeping the part where she has to eat metal to get her hands back?
Yes.
Yes, and we can tell her it's based on goats.
Okay, so I think maybe what it should be is it'll regenerate just like over time. But like she eats metal to just kind of keep her arms like dense, right? So like they're like stronger, right? Rather than just like being like Like you don't want it to be like a tin can. You want it to be like a titanium brick.
Are you gonna make her keep track of that though? Game stat wise, you're gonna be like her arms are.
Like, I don't think it's something she has to manage. She just like when you guys are all eating something, she'll just be eating metal though, basically.
She'll eat real things and also metal.
She'll take it. I mean, yeah, because she has to feel a body.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's like an iron supplement, except
it's metal flakes over what she eats.
Yeah, it's an advanced iron supplement.
It's like metal shavings.
I just imagine the fucking like sprinkling gift, but like with fucking metal shavings.
No, it's the fucking what's it called? It's the gold flake. Like she has gold flake sandwiches and shit like that.
Oh my god!
That actually terrible. Gold is really soft. That's why it's so valuable. Is it really?
So she has. Wait, so she has to eat. Wait, okay. This is actually a very important question. Can she eat any metal?
Yeah.
What if she like eats a bomb or something to like diffuse it?
No, well, like that'd blow her up.
That's interesting. Like, what kind of
like? Here's the thing. If we're in jail, she can eat the jail cell.
Yeah. Well, yes. Are we? No, but so but then the question is, are we gonna make her? How is she consuming the metal? Like, does it have to be in bite? Okay, Pat. I know you've said that. You need to think about the implications. Does she have like a fucking does she have like a fucking what's it, the James Bond villain? Who's the James Bond villain with the fucking shark teeth?
She absorbs it.
Oh no, with the metal teeth.
Yeah, what's his? Jaws.
So.
Does she have like those kind of jaws? Then she can't eat them. Then she can't eat the jail cell bars.
What about absorption? Like, doesn't Weld have that in Worm?
Yeah,
but I want her to eat. No, let's just eat it. No. I think she can.
Complete suspension of disbelief.
She can
just eat it. No problem.
Right, but it has to be. It has to be able to fit within her mouth. It's still metal, and it's
well, like her metal hands can superheat it and soften it up, and she can like eat it.
Then she's eating molten metal. That's gonna burn her.
Okay, fine. She blows on her face.
That's actually what I thought Torbjorn's ult was for a long time. I thought he was like literally vomiting metal. I didn't realize he was like throwing it. But like, I think that'd be kind of cool, right? I mean, I picture you just biting into the metal, like into the prison like bars, and just eating it.
Yeah, no, I think
there's a lot of just eating her way out of prison. I think that's really funny.
She could just eat the metal, right? Her metal hands are like can crush like a lot of metal bits, or at least like fucking get it in a handful and just like tear it off and stuff. Mm-hmm. She can just munch on it like a fucking like hamburger. And like, look, she's got really good dental. Like, we don't have to worry about cavities. Her teeth.
I imagine her teeth are the same material as her fists, maybe.
Wait, are they? So we are giving her Jaws teeth? Because if we are, then there's no problem.
Wait,
if we're giving her Jaws teeth, then it doesn't matter. Then it's fine that she can just eat it with her mouth.
Yeah, I think maybe what it is it's like when she goes to eat metal, like so, like the metal thing isn't on her fists all the time, right? It's like she's summoned.
Wait, it's not on her fists all the time?
Yeah, I thought it was just her fists.
I thought her fists were literally like always metal.
Yeah.
Okay, so very few capes or very few parahumans have like physical changes that are very noticeable. So I told you like there was that metal guy that like needed to absorb metal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he's like a very special, like he was basically like an experiment. That's why like he's different. Like almost all parahumans look like normal. I know there's one guy I know that looks different. Like his eyes are white. That's the only difference. Is that his eyes are white. Everything else is like the same.
Okay.
So I like it wouldn't really be noticeable. Like when people have abilities like this, right? Like metal arms or something. It's like they like kind of activate it, right?
So it's sort of like Wolverine claws. It's sort of like Wolverine.
Yeah, claws. Yeah. Like it'll like I imagine it kind of like coming out of her pores or something, covering her arm.
That is gross and cool. I love that.
Okay, so
we're
good with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Sure.
Okay, so wait, when she eats metal bits, do her teeth get coated in that shit then?
I imagine like her teeth coating like comes out just to eat stuff. But then if she doesn't eat stuff for a long time, then her tooth coating becomes weaker and it's going to be harder to bite into metal. And she needs to get it pre-cut
Also, she always has to be eating metal. I like
That's
that.
pretty cool. I like it. Okay. What are we calling this power? What's the name of this whole amalgamation of things?
Hand grenade. Pat already said it like 5 years ago.
All right.
So-
hand
Although-
grenade is the-
Although that doesn't cover every aspect of
That
it,
doesn't
so
cover
we might
everything,
need
yeah.
I
a
covered
little.
literally the smallest part of like the one move she does one time probably. Like I can't really see her doing this.
It's hand grenade.
Like that's so like specifically useful in like one scenario.
Armed and dangerous.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself.
Second Amendment.
No.
Here. Look, this is I'm gonna post this as a joke, and I don't think Nicole will be able to deduce anything from it. But look at memes right now. This is what Nicole's gonna look like when she's eating food. Okay,
Is this in the Weaverdice chat?
it's in the memes. It's in the memes chat.
It's in the meme chat. It's that.
I'm just trying to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
No, nobody.
Oh my god.
That's exactly what I was imagining. Like, so like that would like coat her teeth. Like when she's like eating a lot of metal, like on her daily life, you know, she's completely fine. She's eating a burrito, but when she starts eating more metal, you can see it and it starts like slowly like
building up and stuff.
Like you guys go to Chipotle and she'll just eat the soda can too.
Yeah.
Like a goat, exactly.
Like a goat.
Isn't that actually literally happens in Percy Jackson? Where,
Yeah.
'cause,
Yeah.
Like, the friend, like a satyr, I think, right?
Grover, yeah.
Yeah, Grover. And then he just like eats like the cans at the end of the meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so she eats metal to keep her arms strong.
How long does it take
And-
for the arms to regrow then? If they just regrow ambiently,
I don't know, like 2 hours.
Like a full day.
a full day? Okay.
Full day.
Like it's not like it's like a last resort. That's why like either way,
Right.
like you don't want to lose an arm in like a fight, right?
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah,
like if
'cause
you
it-
throw somebody in a fight, it's like a bad move because like now you
It's-
have a knife.
yeah,
they have
because
It's like a lizard ripping off its
It's-
own leg to try and
it's-
run away from a predator.
no, yeah. It's a very, it's a
Yeah.
very like, and it's also like not very honorable. So it's a very underhanded tactic.
Mhm.
Hand grenade.
You're the worst.
All right.
I
I
think
approve of this
we're
entire power.
yeah. I
I
think
approve
we're
of everything.
Wait,
It's all
show
yours.
some names except for Pat. Pat, you're banned.
I mean, oh man, there's a couple that I came up with. I don't think any of them are good though.
Throw them out.
Well, you mentioned. I mean, to go along with the whole goat eats metal thing, we could call them satyr. Like satyr could be the name of the power, or you could call it gold digger. And both bad ideas.
Goat
That's
digger. Goat digger.
goat digger.
No.
Wait, how about the iron goat?
Oh yeah, the iron goat.
Okay, Pat, you're back. You're back in.
Thank you.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Put me back in, coach. Put me back in.
Pat and I are a tag team of destruction.
So obviously, like Second Amendment's on.
Oh my god, yes! Second Amendment? Alright, I'm voting for that
Did you not
one.
hear that the first time, Nick?
No, I didn't hear that the first time.
Yeah.
What?
That was
Second
that was,
Amendment.
Oh
that was
shit.
obvious. That was one of the early ones because then it's like she has the right to bear arms,
Yeah,
shit, but like she can also like bear other people's powers
yeah,
as weaponry.
yeah.
And
No,
also
I
she-
think Second Amendment
Another
is good.
another idea. I'm stealing from you, Yash. Was Frag Fist. I really like that. I like Frag Fist a lot.
Frag Fist is nice.
Yeah,
Second
yeah,
Amendment is nice.
I thought of that as like the name for the move, but
No, I mean I like that as a hero name or as a villain name. Frag Fist. It's just a cool fucking name.
I think Nicole's gonna
but-
pick a fucking goat related thing though once she figures out. that-
I think honestly, Second Amendment I think is like probably the most it's the most encompassing power, and it's also a pun.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. All right, I think when we introduce it, we should tell her power name is Goat, and she can eat metal. And just see how she reacts.
That's it.
Features.
It's gonna be amazing for her to. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. How does she get out of the situation that she's in again? Oh wait, because
Oh,
it
she just
absorbs,
absorbs
right?
the fucking fire. Yeah, she absorbs the fucking fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, okay. So her power name is Second Amendment : the goat to bear arms.
Oh God, no! All right, can we reban Pat? Can we reban him?
Arm.
The right
Oh, wait,
to
we should
goat.
tell it Second Amendment or goat. You get to choose. So
Yeah.
that you get very confused about what it could possibly be that would combine the two.
Yeah, that's okay.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll leave with that, and
Alright.
then we'll say you can eat metal as the next step of this
That's your
equation.
main power, and also, punching people to death.
Yeah, no, the main power is you
Do
can
it.
eat. Honestly, okay, I'm not gonna lie. The eating metal part is actually the most broken part of this power. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's really cool. It's like a
No, it's
stupid
like
move.
it's like it's like a broken and a mundane.
It's
way,
a
because,
very
like,
it's a utility. It's a utility
It's
that
a
has a
very-
lot of applications that aren't
It has
really
a
you
lot-
can't think of off the top of your head, but like in scenarios you're gonna be like, oh, I can
Oh,
eat
yeah.
the metal here.
it has a very useful that power. Honestly, I think is the most broken thing out of all. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
It's really natural that our
it's
last one
second-
should be the most broken.
It's
you know.
I think it's like seconded only to Bradley's to Brad's like gravity shit, just because he can control gravity. But like being able to eat through any metal
Mhm.
actually has so many applications.
Yeah, you're right.
Like that actually has a lot of applications.
I think
We have to break a computer system or some shit like that. She just eats the metal.
She
eats
just
the computer.
fucking eats it.
We have to. We
I mean,
have
if you're
to.
in a computer system, if you're in a position to eat the metal, you can probably just break it yourself. All of you
No,
guys have, like,
Where's the fun in that, Yash? Where's the fun?
Okay. But if we need to like, Brad, we need to cause mass destruction. We have her go in first, like go into like a bridge or some shit. Just eat the fucking support structures.
But she eats the whole thing.
You basically go through anything, can't it? As long as it's not like too many layers. Like, Nick, I feel like you could probably go through any material at least once with
What?
your power.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
I don't know. That's up to you guys. I thought it went through literally anything and everything, but because
It
it's
doesn't
line of
do-
sight
yeah.
based.
I mean, yeah,
doesn't-
exactly. That's what I thought too. Is
It
like,
goes through things, but it doesn't. It only deals. Oh, I guess it deals damage. Does it deal damage to structures? Did we say that it did?
actually,
We didn't consider that.
I don't think it would because it was. I think based on the way the trigger happened, I think it's specifically related to living creatures.
yeah, I don't think it should
Yeah,
be
I
damage.
think. I think we said it like phases through things because it's a ghost bullet.
Yeah.
It phases
Yeah.
through things, but it only hits living things.
Yeah, no,
Alright,
but like
sorry,
fucking
garbage.
what's it called? Yeah, no, but Nicole can like bite through like support structure stuff. Then Brad can like pull down bridges and shit.
Oh.
Basically, that's not. It's gonna be useful. I feel like just like in my opinion, if you guys got arrested, I feel like that's gonna be useful. I can't
Dude, that's gonna
really
be
see-
so useful. Wait, it's gonna be so useful. She can eat the fucking handcuffs, or she can blow the handcuffs up with her fucking fists.
Yeah.
It's like
Wait, they can't handcuff her. They literally can't.
like Magneto being arrested by like a bunch of cops with actual metal guns and handcuffs because
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic like got him with like a
Yes.
wooden
Oh my
gun.
god, I remember that clip.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
So good.
Like
Yeah, no, she can eat
Wow.
cars. Wait. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
All right.
being
Are we
able to
good to
eat
bring
them-
Nicole back in now before we?
Yeah,
like so we don't continue orgasming over the power
wait,
itself.
wait, before we bring him back,
I think we've earned it.
Wait, what'd you say, Josh?
What, Yash?
How do our punches shoot out? We never actually discussed that.
Huh?
Oh no, it's like a spray. It's like
Yeah, it's like I picture it as kind of like when you see when you see like a comet and like the way like the train looks like behind it, right? But like when you see something going real fast, it kind of like stretches.
yeah.
That's kind of how I picture it. Is like
She's the
it looks
last
kind of
to
like,
go.
No.
What?
No.
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 You said
No.
the
No.
goats?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my
Veto.
God.
He
Veto.
did, and
Veto.
and we need to fucking end it for it.
Veto.
I know what you're saying, Yash. I know what you're.
Like, can things go in between, like where her hand is? Like, what if someone like hits like in between her extended?
Well, that's why
hand?
I was
Oh, wait,
confused
I
by
thought
you
you started
saying
out like
that
a
it doesn't
rocket.
look like she
Yeah.
has anything when she's not using it. Because then it's like, how do you know where the separation occurs? You know?
I thought, yeah.
Wait.
I thought she shot out like a rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, these not projected. Like she's not shooting out little. It's not like her actual fist that's getting shot off, except if she's using frag fist. But I thought like they were like little projections, not like extensions.
What are you talking about? There's no.
Wait,
she
okay,
just
hold on. Fucking what's it called? I thought the only ranged attack she really had, the blaster thing that she really had, was the fact that she could shoot her fist out like a rocket fist, and her entire like forearm, or I guess maybe in some case a fist, literally shoots off, and then she has to grow it back within a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
I was thinking of it
I
like
thought-
I was thinking of it like Rocket Fist from Metal Gear Solid 5. Like that was
Yes,
what I was
and
thinking.
then,
Yeah,
like-
it's attached. Yes.
Outside of the rocket fist aspect, right? For her regular, like bullet punches, how did you think those would work?
I thought they were.
this is
I thought
why-
those. I thought that was just a striker ability where she was just
I thought-
regular
yeah.
punching people.
I thought she just had really strong hands. Like, I thought she just had metal hands that were super hot and fucking just like punch through shit.
Yeah.
I
It
was
just
with
would-
Yash here. I thought she had like, in like a video game or something when they do like a barrage of punches, it's
Yeah,
like
I know that. I know that.
hands.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I'm-
something like that where it's like hands that aren't actually connected to her, like she shoots it out or something.
I'm cool
It
with
might
that.
be that, or it might be like actually like arms, or like the arm like extends.
Like arms.
Oh, like literally like arms.
Have you
I
guys
like
not heard
that.
of arms? Like Brad
No.
said-
I have heard of that. I thought,
Yeah.
yeah, but I thought we were using that as a jumping. I'm cool with using that as like actually being a thing, but that's not really like a blaster. That's still a striker.
Yeah,
so it's like,
but I mean, striker can also work with this trigger.
Blaster. So the power categories were designed by like basically like the police for how they should respond to like threats, right?
oh,
So
I see.
it's not necessarily as much about like what it literally is, but like
Mhm.
what it's like to fight it.
Mhm.
So like
okay.
a power that's like a blaster, like a power that's like a long range power is considered a blaster power.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
even though you're just punching people like from a long way away, it'd still be considered like a blaster power because it's a long range power.
Okay. All right.
Even
Yeah,
if
I'm
it's
fine
not
with her
really-
having like the arms type arms where they'll actually spring out like that.
Okay, so it's gonna be like arms.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that. So yeah, I think we're still good in the right to bear arms. Now, does she still have the rocket fist? She can shoot her fucking
Yeah,
like.
you can do that.
Yeah. She still has the
Okay.
rockets. How long
Okay.
can the arms extend?
I just
How
see
long?
them like kind of like stretching because they're made out of metal now, right? Like they're metal. So I just
Yeah.
see it like punching out like and coming back like really fast, like instant. Like you ever see bullet
Yeah.
punch in like Pokemon or like mouth
Yeah.
punch? I kind of
Yeah.
imagine it like
Yeah.
How far can it go?
that's what I wanted to ask you guys.
I
don't know,
guess like
15 feet?
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe 50 meters, like 50 yards, maybe.
Yeah,
15
it's not like super far because that's what the rocket fist is for.
Yeah, the
I
rocket fist.
imagine a
is-
rocket fist kind of like a mortar. Like it's not
Okay, so
like
you,
aim it
so-
in flight. It's kind of lob.
oh, so it's literally just lobbing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
frag
that's how I pictured it a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
a hand grenade.
Yeah. If you
Yeah,
really wanted
basically.
to picture how it would look, I think if you really want to go deep on the arms thing, you could make it so, going with the idea that they're metal arms, they could spring out and it looks like a fucking like a slinky going out, or propelled like that, and then when she does the rocket frag or the frag hand, it'll
The hand
just
grenade.
yeah, the hand grenade, it'll like just spring out from, and then the spring will not connect to her forearm anymore.
We should have just called it hand grenade instead of
I
frag
fucking
fist.
said
That's what Pat's been saying that for a
I've
while.
seen it for like 4 hours.
I missed that as like a name for the move.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Yeah. So she can mortar her hand. The metal comes out of her pores and covers her arms, which is really cool.
I think that's neat. I honestly,
It's really cool to think about.
she has
Okay.
a lot to like handle.
Bullet punch.
Bullet.
Bullet
Arms.
punch. Yeah.
Bullet the punch.
Okay,
That's
so
not French. That's not French. That was
yards,
Japanese.
is 50 yards good?
Yeah, I'm fine with 50
no,
yards
For the hand grenade or for the punch?
for the punch.
The hand grenade is 300 yards.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. So for the punch, it's
And then
50.
50 yards for a punch.
That sounds like a
Is that
lot.
too long?
That
We
sounds
can
like
reduce
a
it.
lot.
Yeah, but I pictured it's still like a blaster ability.
That's like
except it's
150
kind of limited
feet.
because she can't have
Can
anything in between her and her
Wait,
target.
wait.
Can we
15
do
or 15?
What?
50 or
15 or
15?
15?
5-0.
5-0.
Holy, 50
That's really
yards?
far.
Yeah.
That's 150 feet.
Yeah, that's
That's
like
like
that's like the
100.
size. Like if you go into a warehouse, that's like that's a blaster. That's that. If we're trying to make it a
It's
blaster
really
power,
not as far as you're thinking. Like just picture our football field. It's half of that.
That's
Tap.
pretty. Football fields are pretty big.
Can
Like
you
50 yards is like the length of like. Remember, like how long was our track? Like a quarter mile. right? I think 50 yards would be like one section of our track.
Yeah, no,
Alright, one
but I
last
think
thing.
that's adequate for a blaster.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's like a good length. It's not
Okay.
too far.
One last
Wait,
thing.
Okay,
Oh,
Brad,
wait,
what's the one
we
last
touched
thing?
on this. Can her arm get like damaged when it's in the extended state? Can it get like cut off? Is there any way to what's going on there?
So, but it's made out of metal, so it'd be like hard to cut it, right?
Okay, I'm
Like,
checking.
it can regenerate, but the rest of her body is not made out of metal.
Right.
So, like, just shoot her in the head instead of trying to shoot her in the arms.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have a question.
Yeah.
Can she curve her arms in the air like
Ooh,
arms?
like in arms,
I
yeah.
don't think so.
Like in arms.
I think, like, she has to go straight. Like, it's just like a bullet. Like, it's straight out.
But like they can do hooks. Can she do hooks?
I don't think so. Like,
It's
it's
a,
kind of.
it's a haymaker at that point. She just
Yeah.
throws out an entire
Because it's like literally just going across like the fucking football. That's why the
Like,
150
I would
sounds
get
weird.
really out of control really fast if she could
Yeah.
turn her arms around.
Like
I picture it as if also like the metal just like extends straight out and like it comes back. Like if it hurt, I don't even know how we would figure out how to use it.
Okay,
Like,
so
we
it
would-
just extends straight out, and it's faster than she
Yeah.
can like rotate to hit everybody with it.
she would swing
yeah, I
her
don't think
fucking.
it hurt it at all. I think it's
She-
just like it's just straight out.
She would she would fucking do the shoulder if she did.
That's some kind of
Yeah.
crowd control right there. You just shoot both directions and spin in a circle.
Right, wait, fucking what's it called? Brad, you just parent her to like a fucking wall or some shit, and then like she extends her arms as like she's flying down the hallway.
Oh my god.
She just clotheslines.
She clotheslines everyone. Holy fuck. Alright.
One of you should write that down as like a strat. As
a combo.
We have a lot of combos. We have a lot of combos.
We do.
We do have a lot of combos. Yeah.
Yeah, but have you written any of them down? You want to remember them?
No.
No.
We'll probably
you-
think of them in the moment. That's the beauty of these kinds of RPGs. It's just like, oh shit, we can do this.
I forgot Kyle's powers entirely. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of, can you send us the sheet you have that has
Yeah, I'll
all the
type it
power?
all out.
That way we all know
I'll
we all know the same thing.
Yeah, Kyle's powers
Yeah.
is the emotional tethering thing, Pat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. It's the parent trap.
It's DDoS.
It's the parent. It's
All right,
the
are we
parent
good to bring Nicole back?
Yeah, get her in here.
Okay.
This was a productive session. I think this was good.
We got it.
Don't-
Yeah.
The last couple sessions were pretty good.
All right. What is? Gosh.
She's gonna be so happy when we tell her it's about goats. She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you shouldn't have.
You're gonna be so.
Really, you shouldn't have."
Can you explain what it is about, though?
Yeah. Can you explain
Like,
that?
I wasn't connected to goats at all.
Yash,
But
I think it would be a lot funnier if
remember-
you did it.
It's just
I think-
coincidentally something that goats can also do. Therefore.
Yeah, eating. Yash, you should explain the power and just start with like it's called goat, even though it isn't.
I'll start with the metal bit and say that's her main power.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
And I'd
there's
be
so
like,
many
oh, wait,
things
there's
you can do.
more.
And they'll be like,
Alright.
you have a couple other minor powers. You can punch people 50 years away. And you can like fly and surf and use a jetpack out of your feet and stuff.
I'll send her a text in case she's not at her computer.
Bit. Because I did call her in Discord.
This power is the greatest of all time, you may say.
It's certainly something.
I think
Honestly-
the only better power that we've come up with was Fish Mex. We came up with that in like 15 minutes. Kyle was like, "What the fuck, guys? Come on."
Yeah, we forgot the mechanics too. Like we had the whole thing mapped out in 15 minutes.
It was just such a good power. I can't
It was.
believe that we-
He said no. It's so sad.
Yeah,
I'm
you
really-
better write in a villain that has that power. Like, please put a
We're the
character.
villain. Have a hero that has that power.
It's like,
Write an antagonist, because antagonist is just the
Yeah.
opposite of us.
So a hero.
Yeah.
Anything. Just
Or,
put that
I mean,
power
it could
in.
be
I
a
don't care
rival
how.
group of villains, to be fair. We're just being contracted to do bad work.
We're just mercenaries. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly. We're not even villains. We're just mercenaries.
I mean, individuals in our group might, like, want to be supervillains, but, like, right now we're just contracted.
I just need
She's
college
back.
money.
There she
Yes,
is. All right,
yes,
all right,
yes.
all right, all right.
Are
Who's
you
taking
ready?
this? Yash?
Did I do it? Okay.
Honestly,
Yep.
I just need money for college. That's all I
Oh, are
need.
you ready?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, your power is called GOAT or Second Amendment. Okay, so your main power is that you can eat metal. It's like when you want to eat metal, like your teeth will be coated in like metal to allow you to bite through it, and then you can like digest it. And this is useful because like someone like tries to handcuff you, can just bite the handcuffs and stuff. So like it's pretty useful, right? And then you have a couple minor powers. So the first one is that when you make contact with like an attack from like another cape, you take that power and you can use it as like a mover power. So if like someone like the fire hits you, you can like shoot fire out of your feet to like fly away. Or if like water, it's like a water attack, you can kind of like hydroplane like over surface, and like you like make water that you hydroplane over. If it's like a kinetic, if someone punches you, you can kind of like bound over buildings and stuff, like like super jumping. Like you get the gist. Okay, that's like the first minor power, and the second minor power is so you can have metal come out of the pores on your arms and coat your arms in metal, and then you can punch people 50 yards away with your arms like stretching, and they're like molten hot. You can like control the heat, and then you can also eject like your fist like a mortar 300 meters away, and it'll like you overcharge it with heat, and like it'll explode like a frag grenade, and your arm will regrow in like a day. You have to eat metal to keep your arms like strong. Yeah, so you're going to be eating metal every day. Like you eat regular food too, but yeah. So basically, your power's eating metal, and you also have like bullet arms, and you can like.
You just happen to have some bullet arms. That's just tangential, not really.
No, yeah, the main thing is that you can eat metal.
That's why it's called Second Amendment. It's all about the bare arms. I said that poorly.
You also said the wrong part.
Try that one liner again. We'll give you a second.
Say it with more enthusiasm.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, you did. I blew it. I lost it.
Yeah, so like you said, your main power is being able to eat metal, but a really strong tangential power would be your Second Amendment, your right to bear arms.
Also, I feel like we didn't explain the fact that you need to get hit in your like metal arms to be able to get that mover ability, right?
It's just like any contact like with your arms.
Wait, okay,
like, you don't have to get it. You can hit someone else. So.
I'm sorry. Okay. Can we have a quick timeout, real quick? Brad, can you say the right to bear arms?
Yeah. So your main power is you eat metal, but tangentially you have this other power that we call Second Amendment because it's the right to bear arms.
Great.
See, I'm not sure
we've said it like 3 times now. Okay.
Sucks.
I don't know if we work.
Pat, I'm going to kill you.
We thought about it when we said it. Yeah, so just ignore that part. We're just gonna call it good. I'm just gonna cross off Second Amendment because that's bad.
You ruined it, Pat.
Yeah, because
it's
really that's the main power.
Greatest of all time, and also you can eat metal.
Go.
What?
They don't actually do that.
They don't. Oh well, then all of this has been for naught.
Literally.
No, they don't actually eat metal. They eat the glue.
I work with livestock. They don't eat metal.
Well,
like this could have been like a 3-second text.
It says it on here, so I don't know, Nicole. Do you want to have superpowers, or do you want to say that goats don't eat metal? It's your call.
Am I going to trust an expert?
Why do I have to eat the metal?
To keep your arm strong.
No, but why do I have to eat it? Can't I just absorb it?
No.
I proposed this idea.
No, you have to eat the metal. You absorb it from the inside. You can't just absorb fucking meat. Like, what are you gonna do with the ham? Just slap it on your arm? Like that's fucking. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
So hold on. So what is the logistics behind? Why am I echoing? Okay, so what are the logistics behind me eating metal. Like my teeth are metal.
But it was the most minor part of the power.
Yeah,
I thought that was the main part of the power.
It was a bad joke. It was a terrible joke that we all thought would be great, and then it fell on his fucking face.
That's a
Your
great
power,
joke.
you can basically punch through brick walls at 50 yards. And your arms are made out of
Okay,
metal.
it's dope,
right?
but do I have to eat the metal?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see why you
Yes.
didn't count on this. It's really not that bad.
It's so
You just like
okay.
shavings, you just sprinkle it on top of your food.
Like, do I
You just
have
eat it.
reinforced teeth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We had. I made sure that was a thing because these chuckle fucks just wanted you to eat metal
Literally
straight
the
up.
first thing I said, Nicole, was that your
Ooh.
teeth will get coated
Thank
in
you,
metal.
Nick, for being the only person who cares about my dental welfare.
No. Here's the thing. I said your teeth were super strong to begin with, so cavities
what I was
wouldn't
thinking
have to be
too.
a worry. Like you were fucking like you would essentially have perfect teeth. You could eat fucking metal, and you wouldn't have to worry about dental because your teeth would be so strong.
Wait, so are my teeth metal?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
they are
No.
now
So,
because of
hold
metal.
on. So I'm
Your
walking
teeth
around
get
looking
coated
like a
in metal.
rapper from 2004?
Wait.
Did you see that? Did you see that thing I posted in the memes channel, Nicole? That's what you're gonna look like when you're eating food.
I
Yeah,
thought,
because of Nick.
because
Nick.
I thought it was a
There's a-
coating that comes out when she eats metal. Like her
Yeah,
teeth are
it's
normal
really-
and they
It
get
is a-
coated.
It is a
That's what
coating.
it is.
But Nick was like, because of Nick, you have to have that fucking shark teeth coating shit. Because he was like,
Come on,
but
how
that
else is
doesn't
okay?
make sense.
No. All right, but this is the thing. They wanted it so that you could have a use case where if you're trapped in a jail cell, you can then eat the metal bars to escape.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to do that unless you have fucking shark teeth. Okay, shut the fuck up.
you just-
It's not gonna be
Well,
possible unless you have fucking Jaws teeth.
Actually,
fucking-
shark
you
teeth
fucking-
wouldn't be good for eating those because they're like basically just a lot of incisors. Incisors kind of not incisors, sorry, canines.
Oh,
And
yeah.
those are good. Those are
Okay.
good for like
Talking about teeth.
flesh, but they're not good for like grinding.
So your
Right, but that's
entire
why they're
mouth
made
would
out
be
of metal.
molars then.
That's why they're
Your
made out of
entire-
metal.
That's what
I
you're
do not
saying.
I do
You
not
get
want
a full of molars is what you want then.
I do not want
Fucking animals with teeth. You
Now
got
you
I
animals.
Can we go back to the grills?
No, it's too late. Your mouth is full of molars. This is what happens when you try and be.
Fucking look. My original idea. You had
the shark teeth. This is what happens. Nicole.
my original.
My
original
question
idea,
is okay, what was your original idea?
literally like you just have really normal teeth. They're just plain fucking teeth, but like they're just super fucking strong because all your bones are fucking strong because you have metal arms.
That has nothing to do with the teeth.
Did Wolverine have adamantium in his teeth?
That's
Yeah.
a good no.
He did?
Yes.
I think
Yeah, it was
Really
just skeleton.
good, huh?
his entire
Yeah, his
skeleton.
entire skeleton. Like when his skeleton
his
goes
teeth
up, his
would?
teeth remain.
Then
So,
why
yeah,
don't his teeth
Yeah.
have the same color as his fucking claws?
Because that's a lot. That's expensive, Nick.
Because
That
it's a
costs
lot.
money.
Is that expensive to
money.
draw
Jackman
in a
deserves
comic
better
book?
than walking around looking like Chameleonaire. I think we can agree on that.
So I think,
But
we
it's
should go back to my
accurate.
previous idea where you can
It's
literally just
sharp
fucking,
teeth.
you just have sharp teeth. You have really good, strong teeth.
My question
No.
is like, why do I have to eat the metal? Because it's like
Oh, it's good for
that's
your
gonna be
eyes.
hard to eat like the amount of metal
You don't
quickly
have
that I would
you don't-
need to
you don't
do
have to
stuff.
worry about the amount.
Hold
You don't
on.
have to
You don't
worry
have
about
to eat metal. Like your power doesn't require you to eat enough metal to cover your arms. It's just to keep up the health of like your arms, like to keep them like dense.
It's
Yeah.
think of it like a vitamin supplement, just
Yeah.
So-
metal.
So it's like that guy from that episode of SpongeBob that's like, "How tough are you? I eat a bowl of nails for breakfast
Yeah, exactly.
without milk."
Exactly like that.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
Okay,
That's
when you
exactly
put it like that, I can do that. I thought it was a situation where, like, right before a fight, I'm like, "Hold on, let me just like eat this entire
No.
corridor." BRB.
Yeah,
you-
no, it's
the
not.
thing
It's
is,
not
if
an
you-
amount of metal that you're gonna need to actually manage in game.
Okay,
like, it's just
so
gonna
I
be
am
something.
I'm generating my own metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, by
Well,
eating.
well,
it.
I mean-
Okay.
Yeah, like you're like
to keep up the health of your like.
yeah, like it's taken into account. Like if we're
Oh, Pat just died.
Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Now you're
Yeah.
back.
Okay, if we're role playing something out and we're all having dinner or something, you're having your steak, but you also got like a side of like fucking I don't know steel shavings or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got
You have to manage it. Like you don't have to think about it. It's just like a detail in the thing, like on the side.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be eating metal sometimes.
Yeah. Basically,
like-
we
it's like-
presented your power to you in the worst possible way because we thought it would be funny. And
It's
it
like how
wasn't.
And then
kid-
you just confused it. It just became really confusing for you.
It's like
Yeah.
how kid.
I thought like the metal arms thing were like the secondary power, and you guys were just like really jazzed about the fact that like, oh my god, you can just jailbreak us by eating the
Honestly,
door.
I mean, we
would-
are
I would-
jazzed about
I
that.
would-
Don't get us
I would
wrong.
really
We
jazzed.
are jazzed
I
about
was,
that.
yeah, no,
But
I was really
We
jazzed
spent
about
10
that.
minutes talking about how cool that was, and like figuring out like
We were literally. You could watch the stream, and we were literally just sitting here, like going like, she can eat metal. What the fuck?
There was
Let's
a
go.
whole part where we talked about eating a bridge.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You can
So
eat-
like the bullets that I got shot with, they would just like get kind of absorbed into my body, and then
well, yeah. I mean, I think you'd have to pull them out
No,
of.
they got it.
That's up to you.
Again, I am on the line of thinking that they got eviscerated by the fire. That,
God,
you know,
God damn it! I knew you would say visceral again.
how is that not how that works? I don't understand.
That's not the word.
If the bullets aren't triggering, guys,
I'm surprised. Like my body doesn't have like any kind of ability to save myself from melting or
well,
like.
you're absorbing. That's the whole thing with the mover power is that you absorb the.
So
case.
I get hit with the fire blast.
You
Do
absorb
I
it.
have to get hit in my fist, or just
Yes.
anywhere
No,
on my
it's
body?
Listen, I was
I think
saying.
it was
Okay,
arm.
I thought of it like just kind of like yeah, like it's not the fist, just the whole arm. It's like anywhere, like because you're gonna
So, like,
put your arms to protect yourself.
Here's what I see. Your natural reaction when you like are gonna hit fires kind of go like that, right? So it
Okay.
hits your arms, and then your power kicked in and like shot you away from it.
Yeah, like your feet basically like sprouted like jets of fire that pushed you back.
Okay.
You were still shot though, like so you still have to like go to the hospital and like you don't absorb that metal because you can't absorb metal. You have to eat it.
But then
Absorbing
how?
metal would be ridiculous. I mean, lots of people survive gunshot wounds. Like you could pull it out of your wound and then eat it if you wanted to. It's kind
I
of
was saying you got to do
Is
that.
my power supposed to be something that like saves me from the traumatic circumstance that I'm in, right?
Yes.
Yes.
In theory.
well, it just gets you out of it. Like it doesn't have to
Yeah.
save you. Instead.
So it saves me from getting burnt alive. It doesn't save me from the gunshot wound.
No,
Yeah,
you go to the American healthcare system. That
Oh, she might as well just be dead then.
I know.
Yeah. Do you have any idea what my ER bill was like from a few weeks ago? It's ridiculous.
I know. So imagine getting shot.
The goal is you need to get some money for your hospital bills.
That's why. Well, that's honestly. That's why we're all. That's why we're all villains. I need to go. I need to become a villain. I need money for college.
Wait, Pat, what was your backstory? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot.
how-
You were the president.
How old am I supposed to be?
That's up to you.
You
Okay.
can be as old as you want. You get to decide. Everyone gets to decide, including Pat. But Pat just
I'm a
wants to be a high schooler.
High schooler? Oh no, I'm a high school graduate. I should stop saying I'm a high school. I'm a high school graduate.
Wow.
So I'm 18 and I'm of legal age to make my own choices. So that includes.
I'm of
becoming
legal
a
age
villain.
to be a villain. You're not allowed to be
Yeah.
a villain.
You're of legal
So,
age
yeah.
to be a dumbass.
Yep. No,
Is
I mean,
legally
Okay.
You clock every day
That's it.
because you have curfew since you're not old enough to be a villain.
So is it just like my normal arms with a metal coating on them, or can I manipulate the shape of that in any way? Like, can I make giant fists? Can I make like Wolverine claws?
I think it's just
No, it's
normal, just fists.
arms.
The fists just get coated in metal, and then if you do you know the Switch game Arms?
Cool.
Do you know the game Arms?
Were you gonna say arms, Nick?
Don't
Yeah.
I don't know if this has come up at all on this channel. I don't play video games. My parents thought they would make me stupid. Just never got into
they
it.
were
Okay.
right. They were 100% right.
They were.
They were right.
Hold on, I'll pull up a reference
Yeah.
image.
But
Basically,
yeah, anytime you guys make any kind of video game reference, I'm like,
gamers.
love inside jokes. I would love to be
Arms-
part of one day.
You know
Your arms-
Colossus from like
So-
X-Men?
Here.
You know Colossus from X-Men with
Yes.
metal arms, completely metal. It's like that. Like your arms get coated in metal.
Oh, dope! I'd love to be Colossus. Can I have a Russian accent?
If you
Yeah.
want.
If you can talk like that.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
So your arms would
it's-
expand like that. I just shared an image in the chat. And
I'm actually
it has a
really
range of
looking
50
forward.
yards.
I don't know if that's a great.
They're
Except,
not springs.
yeah, they don't. Why are they not springs? They're just metal springs. It'd be like a slinky.
No, they're not.
Why not?
We've been open it for so long.
No, we didn't. I thought we were fine with the slinky.
We did talk about this. They went on
That'd be
screens.
funny for her watching her grenade fist, her frag fist, hand grenade. And then choose one of those two. Wait, Nicole.
Yeah.
We need you to choose something, okay? So when your fist can like explode like a grenade, you have to choose. Do you want it to be frag fist or hand grenade?
So
It won't
my
hurt your feelings, you just have to choose.
my knowledge of like combat weaponry is more like 1400s than grenades.
Grenades were
So-
the 1400s.
Can
Yeah,
you explain the difference between the grenades?
Oh, there's no.
Okay,
It's just a
so-
naming thing.
Yeah, so the hand grenades are just the name for like grenades, basically.
You throw
And
them
your
normally.
hand is the grenade, which is why it's funny because it's a hand grenade. And then frag is just so fragmentation grenades are called.
They like explode into bits.
Yeah, and that's what your hand does.
Oh, that
So
would do more damage.
They
No,
both do this.
This
same
is
thing.
literally
It's
just a
name.
naming thing. They
It's
just
a
wanted.
name.
They want you to pick a name because they were fighting
Honey,
over
it's
it.
just a
They're
name.
both
Yeah.
fun names. You just have to choose one because I don't want them to go to waste. Like you gotta choose one so we keep using it.
Do you want me to choose hand grenades because it's funnier?
I don't
It's up
care
to you.
actually. Like I think they're both really good.
It's up to you, bud.
Frag grenade.
Frag.
That
Wait.
wasn't an option.
Yeah,
Neither
want-
person.
I want shrapnel to happen. I want to.
It's gonna
It's
happen.
always
It's
gonna-
happening
honey,
either
honey,
way. It is
honey,
the
it's
attack
always
isn't
gonna
changing.
happen.
The attack isn't changing. You're still
It's
gonna
always- yeah.
shoot
It's
shrapnel.
always gonna
It's just a
happen.
naming thing. They both
it's-
mean
yeah.
the same
It's
thing.
so simple, Nicole. Just choose a name. They're both. It's the same move each time. It's always exploding
You
into
know what?
fragments.
You could honestly, she can name it
Then
whatever
the
she
name is
wants.
hand grenade.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright, nice.
there we go.
Come on, let
Jesus
me
Christ.
fix- what
Why did you
that's
put on like
dramatic lighting.
really dramatic lighting for a
That's some
second?
dramatic lighting. Yeah, that
I
was like
know.
that was like fucking Oscar show.
Oh hell no! Put
Oh.
that back up. Yes.
Oh,
Oh hell yes! You
it
look
looks like he's getting interrogated.
Yeah, it does.
He is.
Hmm.
He is
You're in the
being
book. You're in the big house now, Jesus.
Well, good thing that we have you then. By to the fucking jail cells.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
See, it's a useful fucking power. It's your primary power.
Your arms are not springs, okay? Just
Like
to
if a
be
car
very
lands
clear.
on me, I just like chomp my way through it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You can catch it with your hands, and you can fucking eat your way through.
Although you want to be careful that you don't bite into the fuel line, because then you just get a bunch of gasoline in your mouth, and that's not fun.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
that
no,
would
that's not
yeah,
ideal. You don't want-
that could kill you. That
Okay.
could kill you.
Study
That's a
car
bad
anatomy first.
Gas
You can eat a
could.
car, but you can't eat a gas line, so don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You also can't. You also. I don't think you should eat that battery because that has battery acid. In it.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the most minor aspect of her plan. Come on.
Just don't.
This is the
Normal
problem with
people
finishing a power
or-
relatively early, is that we don't know what to do with ourselves with all the extra time that we have.
At once, one at a time.
Guys, this is gonna come up maybe one time in the kit. Now I'm just gonna deliberately make it so this never comes up.
Don't do
So
that.
what
That's
doesn't come up?
lame.
You guys
That's literally-
Oh,
Josh,
what if it's
considering
like,
our
I have to bite through and save everyone, or you have to bite through and like save
Josh,
me?
Josh, I want you to know, considering our setting being Detroit, which is literally like the most shit, right?
It's gonna
fucking-
be so much metal everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
you're fucked. You're
Like
absolutely
me
fucked.
eating through cars is definitely gonna come up if I'm in Detroit.
She's literally gonna
Yeah.
eat.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
We're
Fuckers ate my car. Can't have shit in
abandoned,
Detroit.
We're set up in like an abandoned GM plant, so I have like a constant source of metal for me to just like chomp down on every day.
Oh my god.
That's like a taco with like a fucking like radiator.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Right? So you get pinned by something that's not metal, like a rock, and then you have to chew off your own arm 127 hour style. And it's 3 rows. But you have to bite it off.
But isn't
So
I
that...
think
it's
that would be
just-
like,
So it's
Yeah,
just
go
the
ahead.
arm grow back.
Yes.
yeah,
goes
the
back.
arm will grow back.
Is it the entire arm? Is
It's
it
like-
like a Winter Soldier situation?
No, I think it cuts off at the forearm.
I was thinking. It's up to you. Do you
I
want
was
to
also
do the
thinking
whole arm?
I picture the whole arm, and then at the
Whole
shoulder.
arm.
kind of-
Imagine
Whole
how I'd look in tank tops. Whole arm.
Oh yes.
Yeah, whole arm is,
Hell
yeah.
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 said that, and everybody was like,
Yeah, you're
okay.
right. That's right.
Dude, no, because I'm imagining like because she's got to be fucking ripped, right? Because she wants punching people super fucking hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, you've got cannons for
Guys.
arms, baby.
Oh hell yeah.
Literal
Yeah,
gun
yeah,
show.
cannons.
Literal gun show.
Gun show.
Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Well, hi. Welcome back.
Everything you said.
Gun show. Gun show. It's all you missed. That's you.
Gun show,
glad you.
dude. Oh my god. Wait, that's a hero. That's a villain name. That's a villain name. You're constantly working out.
Yeah.
You're just always at the gym.
Oh my god.
Your crimes include fucking like just being an
Okay.
absolute like
This
bitch at the gym. You're always trying to like you're like, bro, I bet I could lift more than you.
Oh my god.
You're just hating me at the end.
You just
Yeah.
you just eat the fucking weights.
yeah.
That's the ultimate flex, dude. You lift like the biggest weight and then you eat it.
Wait, so if my arms are gonna regrow,
Yeah.
does that mean that I can opt to like cut off parts of my arms and like use them for stuff?
No, I think
Like
you.
can I mold Okay, that's a bummer.
No.
If you
Yeah.
could
'Cause-
carry them off, then I guess.
Well, because like the main thing
Because it's men.
is that okay, so here's what I'm imagining. If you actually tear your arm off, that's gonna hurt as much as you tearing your arm. But you can shoot your arm off like a fucking rocket, and that's no, like a mortar, like Yash said. You can shoot your arm off like a mortar, and that won't hurt as
Okay.
much.
A mortar, since you say
As
you
much.
a lot of more stuff, it's like basically like it just arcs up and comes down. So,
Right, yeah.
So we're gonna all right. Here's what it sounds like. You can, if you wanted to bite your own finger off, you could, but you take damage for it.
It hurt.
Like,
It hurt like
I don't
it's like if
see
you bit your
how
own
it
finger off.
hurts.
I think it's like if you bit your own finger off.
Yeah, like it'll hurt, but I don't think it affects her. Like she's not gonna bleed out or anything. It's just like
Oh no, I
hurts.
don't think you. Yeah, I don't think you'd bleed. I don't think you'd bleed.
Like
but
you
it
can,
hurt a lot.
I don't know, but I can't see a scenario where you'd want to do that.
She would go into shock.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't think
if
she's
my
going to-
arms are like liquid hot metal, theoretically, I could like I don't know if we need like a key or something to break in somewhere, I could like break off my pinky and then like mold it
you
into
could-
a key.
Buddy, you think too small. You can just break
I
the lock
can't
off.
understand
Yeah.
that.
You can
It's
also
just
just
like
bite
a
it
Yeah,
lock
you
off.
can just eat the lock.
Yeah, buddy, you're thinking too small. You're thinking too like. No.
Well,
you can
sometimes we
bite-
need to be discreet, you know?
Nah.
Just
Yeah.
eat the lock.
Just eat the
Just eat
lock.
the lock.
I'll just vomit it back up later. It's fine.
They'll be like, oh my god, the lock's gone. And they'll be like, oh, it must have been a shark, and they won't pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh, I have regular teeth now. I just have regular teeth with like chameleonaire grills sometimes when I eat.
Yeah.
You know, actually, this does raise a good question about CSI work within this world. Would they have dental records of her?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
Would
god.
they have
Stop.
dental
We can cut this. We've already explained everything. We can stop. We can end this right now. Jesus
You know,
fucking Christ.
You were the
Like-
chosen one, Pat.
As I'm sure you could tell, but my like confused and horrified expression for the first like 5 minutes of this explanation. I wasn't super into it when we first started discussing it, but now I'm super into it.
Yeah. No, it's a
no,
really
yeah.
cool power.
So is my name Gun Show?
You can it can be
Yeah,
your
name
name.
whatever
You
you
can
want.
pick it.
My
If you
name
want.
is Gun
It's
Show.
much better than Second Amendment, which is garbage.
It's better than fucking goat.
Wait, no. I mean, Second Amendment can be the name of the power, but Gun Show can be the name of your villain
Yeah.
name.
You want to be Gun Show? Because like naming yourself Gun Show.
Pimp
I mean,
name.
like, yeah, you want.
It's a pimp name. It's
Yeah.
A pimp
It's a
fucking
pimp
Also,
name.
not exactly giving away what
You
she
don't
can
already know
do
that
precisely.
so, like,
Like it doesn't
Yeah.
entirely give away what she's got. Like people
And
could
it's
be
not
like,
like my arms aren't like metal all the time. So
No.
it's not like it's yeah.
Dude, you're just ripped though. You're like going honestly like
He doesn't start out like you have to work.
you gotta start off just swole, like
Yeah.
just bodybuilder swole
But she
for the average
wakes up
person.
swole.
She
Yeah.
wakes up it's like
here's what happens.
It's
She
like in,
she triggers. She
Captain
rock.
America.
Captain America.
Oh yeah. No, she triggers. She
Oh,
rocket propels herself away from the scene. She blacks out from the pain of gunshot wounds. She wakes up just fucking jacked. Just like, oh, I guess I'm jacked
Wait,
now.
does that mean that I'm like only jacked in my arms? Like
Yeah,
I
you
skip
skipped leg day. You skipped leg day.
You're like one of the guys on what's that steroid called?
You're like that episode of SpongeBob.
He just left.
Yash just fucking yeeted himself out of here. He's done. No, I imagine you're like that fucking SpongeBob episode where he got those inflatable arms, but the arms actually do work instead of
The
not
arms are
doing
metal.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like.
You got synthol arms. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Dunshow in this universe just has like actual self-discipline that I don't have, and she actually goes to the gym.
Dude, honestly, biggest fucking mood.
Oh, I do have leg muscles. I just actually have to work for them.
What are these fucking pictures? I'm gonna send one.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Anyways,
this
yeah.
is
So
uncomfortable. to look at.
TLDR, you can absorb attacks with your fists and then make mover powers out of them. You can also use your fists as long range, fucking big long punch power, or you could just shoot it
Sort of like
like
Elastigirl.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
initially. I was like, this is just like.
It's your bullet punch.
And then you can also separate your arm to make
Oh.
like a exploding grenade kind of thing. With-
Okay, so I can stretch my arms to like punch people, but I can't like manipulate
No.
my arms at all.
No, it's like a one direction. Yeah, I asked about that. He was very being like it's because it's so fast. It's like it's quick, like super fast out, then super fast in.
Another thing that
Brilliant.
lends itself to the idea of a gun show is the fact that they are like bullet punches. They go in and out super fast.
That is disgusting.
Is it an automatic? Is it semi-automatic?
I mean, we'd probably make it semi-automatic for the sake of
That's not
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
It's however fast you punch.
like you'd probably be able to do one bullet punch per turn. I would say.
Okay.
Like
You know what? I think a better name for it would be hand cannon.
no hand. I mean,
No,
hand cannon would
that's
just be another name for the part where she detaches it and lobs it
No,
like a
because it's
fucking
hand
mortar.
cannon, because it's like a gun. Then it's hand grenade, because it's a fucking bomb.
Wait, did you choose hand grenade or frag
She
fist?
picked hand grenade.
You didn't say
Okay.
frag fist. You said it was
You said
hand
frag
grenade or
grenade.
frag grenade.
No, he said frag fist. Buddy, he said frag
Wait,
fist.
what?
He said frag fist, buddy.
It doesn't matter what the
Yeah,
name is. She can
that's
literally
hand
just pick a
grenade or
name for
flag.
it. Why are we stuck on the names? We're
It's
just
hand
we just
grenade.
need to.
I fucking chose hand grenade. We're
Hand
done.
cannon. It's
It's
hand
it.
cannon and hand grenade.
Oh
Those are
my
the fucking
god!
moves.
Stop getting stuck on the fucking names, okay? Do you understand your power? Do you understand your power,
Yes.
Nicole?
Dude, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I thought we were having a good time.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
this
I
is a
just
fucking
don't understand
movie.
why we're stuck on these names so badly.
Because names are important,
Get
Nick. It's-
Why are
yeah,
you complaining? We're getting you used, Nick.
Because my fucking yeah,
This
there's
is for
one.
you. This is for the stream.
I'm salty because my fucking power name is Legendary Shadow Raider. Okay, it's a fucking Raid Shadow Legends joke.
Though. It's
See,
like for your
see, she doesn't know video games, so that goes over her head. So
Yeah.
it's fucking cool.
Yeah, but it's
Last
also
week when
you don't need to
last
know
week
what it's
when
from. It's just stupid.
Kyle was making the joke about the motorcycles and he was like, "It's a reference to this video game or this anime." I was like, "Cool." I don't know what those are.
It was
I
an
also don't watch
video.
anime, so I basically just don't understand any of the jokes you guys have been making.
Yeah, that was a double
fucking
whammy because
yeah.
that was an anime video game. So
It
two
was
for
an
one.
anime video
I
game.
started
so it's
watching
like-
Castlevania. That's the best I can do.
Dude, yes! Oh my god. I'm surprised you're into that show if you're not into
For the
gore,
record,
because that show gets
I'm
gory.
Listen, God, what's his?
Simon.
What's Alucard's voice actor?
Oh, I don't know.
Hot.
Whatever that guy's.
His
guy.
name's Al
Yeah.
Ucard.
Thank you. Anyway, that guy and Richard Armitage's voice can just like wrap me in a warm blanket and rock me to sleep.
Yeah.
While they're murdering demons on screen.
I feel that way about
That makes it better.
Will Arnett. Will Arnett has
Yeah.
a nice voice.
Well, and it does have a really nice voice.
It's a nice voice.
It's very surprising. I was really surprised when I heard his voice. What's it called?
Wait,
The animation director is really fucking hot and gay, so it's really rough.
I'm looking this up. What's this guy's name?
Oh fuck, I forgot his name. Fucking
Is this Castlevania animation? director?
Castlevania.
We're all looking this up.
Yeah, I got it. Sam Dietz.
Snapchat.
Is that
Images?
Jesus Christ,
No,
Brad!
this
I
isn't
just
him.
saw your
It's
fucking
definitely
image.
him.
That dude's got like fucking Popeye arms. He's got tumors.
Yeah, it's
wait.
a steroid called synthol, and it only
Spencer-
affects your arm.
Oh my god.
Oh, actually, you know what? I thought I thought he was a lot harder. No, it's Spencer 1. Spencer 1.
He's only like a 7. He's not like a 9.
Yeah,
It's like
he's not like. Yeah, I know. He's pretty attractive though. I think he's a
Pat,
good looking guy.
how are we spelling this?
You would smash and not pass, Patrick.
I mean, I think anyone who does art is like attractive in general. So it's.
Pat, I'm flattered.
Art Pet Hitler. You think Hitler is attractive?
Got
There we
him.
go.
Damn. You fucking boxed yourself in there.
End of stream. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. We can't get any better than that.
Pat, it's on
All
the
right.
internet forever.
Peace out. Maybe next week we'll actually play the game. I don't know what Yash's plans are for actually starting the campaign. But
Nick, you silly goose.
can't we do that in the interim?
Week.
All right. Anyways, I'm gonna cut the stream. You'll probably see us at 8 o'clock next week, one way or another.
Where we
So,
actually get to play
thanks
the
for
fucking
watching.
game.
Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, stay safe out there. Bye bye.
Hopefully,